Welcome on stage, Invictus Gaming. Welcome on stage, Team Secret.
A lot of pressure on Team Secret and Invictus Gaming to perform here in this best of 3. Not just to win this best of 3, but also to make it all the way to the finals, because as said, anything but first place will be a disappointment for these teams coming into the upper bracket, only having to win 4 series in a row to make it all the way, and already there they had to take a little bit of a detour here in the lower bracket. We'll see though if one of these 2 teams is going to make it to the grand finals. They still have PSG LGD to go through as well tomorrow. But I'm curious, these 2 teams, do you have a favorite, Parker, going into this?
I don't know if I do. I think Neil's assessment of Secret's very kind of accurate, where they're a team that still has a lot of improvement to make on their drafts, whereas I think IG have a better understanding of what to draft and what the meta is, but their play at the same time hasn't been as impressive. I mean, I think Secret have kind of leaned on the individual skill, but draft-wise, Secret haven't looked good. But that if anything, that scares me with Secret, because it's like if they figure out their drafts, they're going to potentially be really hard to beat. Yeah, and I think that they also have... I was critical of Nisha in the previous series, but they have to unlock him, because I don't know what's been going on with him throughout this tournament. It hasn't been bad from him, but I'm not used to seeing Nisha be the underperformer on Secret. Yeah. And I don't know. It's a damn shame.
It is a damn shame. By the way, the Fantasy League, there's 83% that thinks Team Secret is going to take this series. And you're talking about...
83? And so what percent's IG?
17. You know what that means. Yeah. Uh-oh. 17% in Dota. Can we get always seems to be higher.
Can we get a Spearbreaker support on IG, please?
You talking about Nisha, Tsunami, actually made me realize, I mean, we talk a lot about, you know, who does well and which teams are doing well or not well. We don't really talk about individual performance of players that need to step it up a little bit. You're mentioning Nisha here. Do you feel like on the side, we mentioned Kaka briefly, is Kaka the player on the side of IG that needs to step it up a little bit?
Yeah, kind of, but Kaka also, I don't, like, if Kaka doesn't have a great game, that's okay. But Fly has also been kind of hot and cold. It's nothing quite as dramatic where I can like pinpoint it. Also because I didn't get as much of an opportunity to watch IG throughout the DPC that I could be like, oh, this player is the one who always stands out. For the most part, I consider them to be equally important, which is true for Secret as well. But for Secret, I could see that Nisha was not matching its potential. For IG, it's more like I see Kaka as a 4 position, and I'm like, you're not doing what I feel like a normal 4 position should be able to do.
Yeah, compare him to Crit and Zinq, and he's falling a little short.
And I think the problem with IG is it feels like they lean too much on Emo to carry them. To me, he's been one of the superstar mids of the tournament. I think of like, you know, which mids have really stepped up and just carried their team. I think of him. I think of, you know, Abed being one of the best mids. I think of Yopaj, but I agree with Neil that Nisha has not delivered. Still a lot of room and potential for improvement here. But for, IG as a team, you know, if Emo does get shut down or has a bad game, I never really feel like I've seen Fly step up. Whereas the teams, you know, EG, Abed has a bad game. I've seen Arteezy carry, and vice versa. That series there, Arteezy didn't have his best showing like in Game 2, and even Game 3 made a few mistakes, but Abed was there to kind of clean up the scraps.
Yeah. We have Io left in the pool. Now, I know we had an Io in the series that IG played earlier today, but they played it as support, leaving us with the impression that they are not able to flex it that much. But perhaps perhaps they're going to surprise us, Tsunami. You don't have to walk off this time round. And if IG believes in it, maybe we should give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. I know they didn't deserve it with the earlier game they played. But this is something that Team Secret was, of course, expecting this potential. Let's see how they are going to reply. And what heroes are still in the pool that we're still worried about? Because I feel like we have a little bit of a different ban scenario than we normally do. We have a lot of the tanky heroes still in the pool. Ooh, and the Tusk.
Yeah, Tusk, Puck are the big ones, right?
Yeah, Puck banned out.
Oh, Puck was banned out. You're right. Sorry, missed that.
But we also see a lot of Timber, Mars not as much anymore. Timber banned out, and we see Carries banned out.
So if IG want to keep things under wraps, then they should not pick their carry hero now. But if they think that Secret is wise to it, okay. So I'm not gonna start malding out yet.
Yeah, and
Nice.
generally, if the IOs are being played as support, you want to have that kind of forward position with disables locked down, because IO doesn't bring that. So that's where you often saw the Lions, the Shamans, the Earth Spirits picked up with IO support. But hopefully, we're hoping it's a carry IO.
Hopefully, it's been a long day for anyone who does not have context. In the Thunder Predator series, IG got their first pick IO, and then proceeded to second pick Gyro. And we have talked about this time and time again that throughout this tournament, core IO has only lost one game, and support IO has only won one game. And there's like a pretty big sample size of both types of IOs.
Yeah, close to like 8 to 10 games for each, I want to say.
Right. And if you get your hands on this hero that is consistently first phase banned by the overwhelming majority of teams, I guess all the teams that are left, I don't know if EG would be playing carry IO at all.
We have, a previous series, we did have PSG LGD banning it out against them just in case, because they have not played it here, but you can only imagine that that's something that RTZ would have practiced. Someone on that team has been practicing that. You have to at this point.
So all 4 teams that are left, I would imagine, have it in their capabilities. And IG has it in their capabilities too. I'm sure Fly can handle it.
Sure.
It's not that difficult.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
We have an Alchemist picked up by Team Secret. They've only played it once so far in the tournament against PSG LGD. That was the one game they managed to win quite fast. It is normally for Team Secret the Matu Alk, the carry Alk.
EU cupping NA drafts?
Yep, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think that is what's happening.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta look at upper bracket. You gotta look at the grand finalists right now.
Yeah.
You look at the grand finalists. You're like, oh, these
What
guys.
is EG playing?
What's EG
We're gonna
doing?
copy it.
Yeah,
I mean, it would work out too at this point.
I don't know if there's any potential to give it to anyone other than Matu. I don't really think that you're gonna get your hands on any Ags synergies if they decide to flex it to Zai, because I think that IG is probably gonna ban out Troll and Monkey.
I mean, so far they haven't targeted those Ags banning out Beastmasters, so they're expecting a carry out.
Okay.
I think rightfully so, but definitely the potential to run off lane really only exists when you have great Ags heroes to pull to.
And Zai plays everything under the sun, so
he does.
He would be able to pick up that Alchemist as well.
And
it
I
does feel like a waste of his talent.
True. That I would agree with that for sure.
I think one of the carry IO games was against an Alchemist, and I know like all of us are trying to find the answer. What is the answer to carry IO? If you're going to experiment with it, what could it be? One of the theories was, okay, you pick up an Alchemist, you can probably end the game quicker than IO can, start getting the heart. I guess once the heart is online for IO, it's past the point of no return. You may be able to beat you should be able to beat the Dominator. You can probably beat the Aghanim Scepter, but once he gets the heart, it's game over for the most part. So Alk may be able to finish things off before it reaches that point.
Interesting ban coming out from IG with banning out the Invoker.
Ooh.
Yeah, I keep wanting it for Nisha.
We've only had one Invoker all tournament, I want to say.
Yeah, one or two.
It's been banned
it's been banned more than it's been picked,
like
for
almost
sure.
10 times, I want to say it's been banned. But very much a hero that people fear their opponents picking, but isn't often getting through or being picked.
Yeah, for Nisha heroes, he didn't have a great Queen of Pain performance, but I did like the concept of his Queen of Pain. They don't know the mid lane matchup yet, so if they want to play it safe, just go for like a Void Spirit.
Well, if we are looking at the carry Alchemist, I guess with last pick, they should be probably saving Nisha's hero for last.
That's true.
At least that's what you would typically see.
Yeah.
There is some, argument. Maybe if they pick his hero and save the carry / offlane for last, leave that Alchemist flexible. They can pick a mid laner that benefits from the Ags and then decide later on where to play the Alch.
Last time they played the carry Alch as well, they made sure to have a save for it. They had an Oracle with it that time as position 5. Would you consider Tusk to be enough of a save, snowball save? And we know the Yapster will get that Blink Dagger at a decent time. Is that enough?
Yeah, if it's a carry out, you'll get a BKB relatively early, so you're not too reliant on having a save. And that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing Oracle again in this draft for Secret. They banned out the Troll Warlord
with 2-5, so they're probably running carry IO, but also small chance they won't.
Sure.
With the Troll ban.
Yeah.
2 heroes that we see a lot of this tournament. Phoenix, Pango, both still in, and the Monkey King, as far as Alch combinations go, just to keep that option open, still there as well. And they go for the CM. Crystal Maiden coming out. We've seen a lot of Liquid playing it. Actually, Oli played it as well on IG.
Yeah, that was the game 2 versus Thunder Predator. They had paired it up with a Troll and a Beastmaster in their offlane, I think. Oh, but Beastmaster's banned out.
I quite like the CM. Just doesn't reveal a whole lot. You're picking puppies here. It's going to just allow the Alch to farm even that little bit faster with the extra mana regen. Just enables your whole team. You get some lockdown from Frostbite as well. It's a better team fighter than some of the other 5 positions I always find.
Yeah, I've been underrating it because I see, like, why not pick Shaman? Shaman's great. Why not pick the Oracle? But I guess there's something that I'm not seeing with Crystal Maiden yet.
Shaman banned.
Oh yeah, Shaman is banned. Okay.
So that helps. I would have definitely been on board with that one. I always feel like when you pick a Crystal Maiden, it's really nice to have that aura, but I feel like you have to have someone that really benefits from that aura. And I don't know, I don't think that's Alchemist. Yeah. But I don't know if you still need that or if that is just an old way of thinking.
Yeah, I think it's an old way of thinking. These days, I feel like Crystal Maidens are really valued for the Frostbite because very few supports have a guaranteed root on such a low cooldown.
How you feeling, Neil?
So I was never enthusiastic about the Ursa.
I meant about the IO right now.
Oh my god! I was just operating under the Ursa. Oh my god! I wasn't.
There is still a chance.
Breathe, deep breaths.
Sure, there's still a chance.
Why would they do it now then? Why couldn't they just wait until the last pick? Secret was operating under the assumption that it was a carry.
Because maybe the hero that they're going to reveal after this is more telling than the Ursa. Got him.
What tells more than, hey,
I don't know.
I would like to lose this game, please. I would like to play support IO.
They can get out of the Frostbite. No? Radiant win rate 100% on the Ursa Bear. Oh, he's there dire. Never mind.
0% sheep. 0. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I messed up the size.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a oh no. The Venno coming out. No, that's also no for the Ursa.
That's a big oh no. We're seeing Venno be picked earlier and earlier against Monkey Kings and Wraith Kings, and haven't seen enough Ursa, but I would imagine that Secret fought plenty of Ursa and EU DPC, so they know the answer to it.
And that's where this Ursa third is really weird for me. It's like,
what I'm saying.
Let's say you are going to do a support eye and you want this Ursa pairing. Pick it fourth. You don't want to play into Venom. You don't want to play into Viper. And those are very obvious off-lane counters to this Ursa. I'm wondering, are they doing something unexpected? Is this a 5-position Ursa? What's going on here? I don't think so.
I think that's an eternal envy strat. You never know.
The last time they had Alchemist on the Team Secret, they also had the...
It's a carry. We're good. We're good.
We're good?
IO Abba. So usually IO, when you're playing as a carry, you want either ET or Abaddon because they're 5 positions that really benefit from the tether.
Yeah.
You just get those right clicks off. So I think we're back to at least a core IO being played, right?
So what, this Ursa's job is just to follow Alchemist around pretty much?
Offlane Ursa?
Any lane Ursa. I think this is going to be the same musical lane situation that we saw.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, because, there's a lot of people who don't want to have to deal with other heroes. Venno is going to love laning against Ursa. Ursa wants to lane against Alchemist.
This drafting is just full of these mind games. It's like they're just like, yeah, you guys pick Venno. Turns out this Ursa, he's a support. He's probably an offlaner / mid, but suddenly Secret have this offlaner which does not address a core IO at all.
No.
They've still got the Alch, which I think is a decent idea. It doesn't counter the carry IO, but at least I think it hits good timings where you can perhaps punish the fact that IO takes a bit longer to come online.
Do you think that Team Secret is a little bit too magic damage based and they need some physical damage in their last pick, or is that something they don't need to worry about?
They should be good with Alk. I think Alk carry you got enough.
Okay.
But they want burst damage. That's why IG banned out the Queen of Pain. Invoker's already banned out. I think they need some way to blow up heroes, particularly the IO, kill people before they get saved by the Abaddon. You don't want this long drawn out fight where the IO and the Abaddon sustain is just completely destroying you.
Now, we saw it played earlier and wasn't successful, but Lina perhaps is a hero that you're describing in terms of burst damage.
Yeah, but I think that was picked purely just to be a supernova answer.
Yeah.
I don't really think that that's your hybrid hero these days.
No.
I mean, I still see like a lot of gaps in Secret. They don't really have that great tower push. They don't have an initiator other than Tusk. And they're still kind of squishy. Venomancer these days is not like super squishy, but Venomancer doesn't also get in the middle of fights. He casts his Poison Nova and then kind of pieces out.
We got the Mars banned out by IG. We had some Marses played by Nisha earlier on in the tournament, with success as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was assuming that it would be a Zai, but yeah, Nisha's been playing a ton of Mars.
Yep.
At the same time, I feel like they wouldn't. I mean, Mars, you've got Ursa. Theoretically, could be I don't know where Ursa's going, but you could go against that Mars.
Just keep that rock, paper, scissors going.
Yeah.
Well, Team Secret will have overall last pick, so they
Yeah.
can set Nisha up for success. If you're saying, Nisha has not been showing up as much as he normally does, as much as we are expected to see from him, this time around, he gets last pick.
Yeah.
If that is the case, there's still maybe some Alchemist rotation potential, although
I think
we
Matu
can
would
safe
still
to
play
say,
it.
yeah, it's safe to say Nisha's hero is last. Set up for success, he has to do well.
And IG have to reveal what the plan is with this IO before Secret have to pick their final hero.
That's what you think, though. We'll see. I mean, I guess it could still be a core Abba. We've also seen that, but
We did.
I would be very.
But then
shocked.
what the hell do you do with Ursa?
And that's the thing. Even if we're looking at Ursa IO cores, it's very much like neither of those is really an
God.
off lane.
Oh dear.
What is going on right now?
Well, we've seen Wind Rangers be very successful, actually.
Yeah.
I
Quite
think-
decent.
Okay, so I guess this is
Mid-Wind Ranger. Sure.
Who's
It's
the
just
offlane?
emo here. I think it's offlane Ursa personally. Maybe JT's the IO play, so JT. I don't. Maybe it's hard to say because this is a team that core IO is not in this tournament being in their wheelhouse. So
I think Secret should just operate under the assumption that it is core IO, because if it's support IO, they're going to win no matter what anyway. So who cares?
So who lanes well against Wind Ranger? I remember seeing things of DK with all that armor. She's not doing any damage. But I don't know if that's that's a good option here for Nisha.
I actually wouldn't hate it. I just don't really know if Nisha can have the game impact necessary. I don't want him to just win the lane.
I want him on like a flashier hero. Okay.
Good
matchup
I gotta see. I gotta see who's playing well. Okay, Nisha is
Got to
playing
be
Kunkka.
against the Wind Ranger. It's good. You can always clave the Wind Ranger. You have the catch. You can't rely on Wind Run to get
Emo
away from the
IO.
X
Emo
combos.
IO.
By away.
Interesting. Well, I
Ooh.
don't. Will he be going mid though? I don't think. Maybe he can play it mid against Kunkka. That could be a bit of a curveball.
I have never seen that matchup. I have no idea how IO mid versus Kunkka
I mean, it
mid
could just be
goes.
Fly playing the mid Ursa, because then you've got that melee hero matchup where you
Yeah.
can kind of look to capitalize on Ursa. I
But
don't
then-
think Ursa actually wins the matchup.
But then Zai probably comes mid on the Venomancer.
They're not picking their heroes.
They're
They're
not
like
picking
waiting
their
for the
heroes.
last
Okay,
second to try and mind game.
JT's
it,
Wind Ranger, so it's offlane Wind Ranger.
Offlane Wind Ranger.
And Fly Ursa, but I'm not going to say safe lane or mid or whatever. It's
Hi,
Fly lane.
this is Lorenzo from Dota Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
Yeah, we've heard multiple players actually say in their interviews that Core IO is a broken hero. So I feel also inclined to go with the Core IO, aka IG. Even though the Alchemist, Parker, the Alchemist on the side of Secret is a strong one. And it's the NA flare. Does that mean you're going for two Secret?
I
I'm
wasn't
setting you up for
I
this
wasn't
one.
gonna say Secret, but Shiva, you're very convincing here. So Team Secret have this game. Thank you for
You make a
reminding.
compelling case.
They're copying NA strats, so clearly Secret have got this game.
I mean, what needs to go well for Secret? Do they need to end early? Is that the key? What you mentioned earlier, Tsunami, that they just have to end before IO gets his heart?
Yeah, but I don't even think they can do that well. They don't have that great tower pushers. So I think I don't know what the plan is for Secret. How do you win this game? You said
get
any
farmed
strats?
just hit Alchemist timings, you know, and then control Roshan. They're playing on Radiant, right? So they're going to have better Rosh control.
But it's
so,
against an Ursa.
Oh, but I mean, they're going to have the control around the Rosh. But they've got the heroes who can take. It's not about what heroes are on IG. I think if they get ahead, they can take Rosh, take over the game.
Get ahead, get your Alchemist timings right, and win the game. That seems to be the road for Team Secret on the other side. Core IO OP. Let's see how this first game is going to play out together with B-Cup and Black.
Thank you very much, Shiver. We're coming into this first game. Secret IG Core IO. Where it's going to go, we'll find out. At Emo and Fly, they do swap lanes quite often, especially with like Morphling. Both of them play that hero. They'll swap every now and then. They're both pretty proficient in both the safe lane as well as the mid. So it'll be interesting to see where they put this matchup. Anywhere you want to see the IO?
Definitely not middle against Kanka. It's a pretty bad matchup. I think Ursa does a lot better there. Let's check the items. Yep, it's a mid Ursa. It's safe lane IO. I liked it a whole lot better because they also dodged that bad. Oh, they put Venomance in middle. Maybe? Possibly? Who's mind gaming who here? Now Veno is moving towards the bot lane. So there's going to be that good Ursa against Kanka matchup. And IO against Alchemist. Or potentially a tri-lane even. They're just going to put the Veno in the bad lane. All right. Not a fan.
Calling for that Kunkka too, by the way, for Secret, and you ended up getting it. You called it like right as they picked it.
That's why I'm a professional analyst. That's why I have, that's why you have me with you. Because, you know.
Yeah, I
might not be good at many things, but Dota. Whew, I'm so good at Dota. It's insane, dude.
Me too. Sure.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely. Definitely. Don't check up on that. Ooh,
What, top lane?
Two-man stun coming out from Kaka. A lot of damage being done onto
10
Yapzor.
health.
Ooh, him and Ollie just kind of skirting away on that. Already forced to salve up in the first minute. That is really rough to deal with. It's a try v try. You really don't see that this often, and I'm excited to see it.
It's kind of weird. Alchemist is pretty strong in tri-lanes, and so it's Tusk. CM also with that Nova ability. So I think Secret should be winning this. Mid lane, Secret should also have the upper hand. Kanka against melee heroes generally is pretty damn strong. The only lane where maybe IG can win is bottom lane. We'll have to see how they recover from these lanes, because Ursa's not a hero that can gank, right? Like, he's playing the carry role from the mid lane, so you don't expect many rotations from him. Dropping very low here on Ursa. Yeah.
Really rough for Fly already, and like you said, he's trying to stay stationary in that lane. I don't know if he's necessarily playing in the one, like, full farm priority, because you usually see, like, the IO kind of take over, right, in the safe lane. So is there any way that he changes his item build? Like, would there be anywhere that he can change his item build, or does it really have to be just that one position item build, regardless of the fact that he's over mid?
We'll have to see what he's going to go for. I mean, there is ways you can go for less greedy item build, like Phase Boots, Blink BKB, or Blink Bash, or something like that. It's just we always see this Battle Fury on Ursa. So I don't think he's going to stray away from that.
Remember the days of Phase Boots Abyssal on Ursa?
Yeah, I don't miss them.
aggression.
Those were stupid days.
It always was so quick just to have that phase Abyssal jump, and it was so difficult to deal with.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it come back just a little bit, not all the time.
Just sometimes.
Yeah. You were hoping also for a mid lion. I know you've been playing that a lot. It's not happening here. It's the Ursa mid. But
I think it's never going to happen.
I would have been excited to see what they could do with it. One day it's got to happen.
I don't know, man. I thought many times it could happen. Getting disappointed every time. A man can only take that much disappointment, you know. Before his heart goes to the dark side.
God, getting another salve ship down.
He's taking a ton of hurt
there
damage.
from Yapzor. Oh, yeah. He's really having a tough time kind of standing and banging there. But first blood's going to be drawn there. Emo getting credit for it, taking out Puppy as there was a rotation over towards mid from the Tusk, so that leaves it a 3v2. They get an opportunity. However, now they might be able to get a kill here over mid. Kaka comes in, damage onto Nisha, but the shards are perfectly placed. The Apps are in trouble still, though. He's taking a lot of damage here and will fall to Fly. The
Cleave?
trade is there as Puppy TP's mid, and the Cleave almost kills Kaka. Gosh.
It did so much damage. It took down like 250 health from him. And yeah, they had to be very careful here. He gets a good trade on the Ursa. Well, a decent trade. I guess he was very low anyway, so he just wants to come back to lane with full health and mana. But Kunka's having a very free time. A Tumba man.
Yeah, Alex taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, bottom, they're going after Zai. Try to chase onto this Venomancer and get the kill in the bottom lane, and JT will get credit for that. Alex struggling a little bit, but they might be able to get the kill here onto the Abaddon, and they will. Puppy getting another kill as he takes out Ali.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming out here on this IO lane. You don't want to give him free farm, but he's still ahead of the Alchemist in net worth. So even though you're trying to pressure him with 3 heroes, it's not really working out yet. He has the Helm of Iron Will now, 5 health region from that. He's gonna be able to sustain himself in this lane quite easily. And bot lane is just gonna get harder. Windranger almost has a Javelin, almost level 6. That means Venomancer has a very easy kill.
Over mid, they go after the Kunkka. This is great rotations coming out from Kaka. He's been all over the map so far. Helped get a kill over bottom, goes over mid. They get a kill there on Anisha, and that's really alleviating the pressure that's on Fly to really perform quite well over mid.
Yeah, that's the power of the Ursa. He might not be the best laner 1v1, but if there's a rotation, the Fury swipe stacks add up very quickly in damage, and his Kunkka was a free kill. No problem for them.
So right now, things going well for IG, and it's a good spot to be in up against an Alchemist lineup, that's for sure. Is there anything different you want to see from Secret at the moment? Because IG right now, they're rotating great. And as I say that, JT trying to get a solo kill, lands the Shackle right on it with a power shot and finishes him off with the focus fire. JT just, yeah, easy kill over bottom, solo kill over bottom, and that's going to keep the lane pretty clean and easy for him.
Yeah, it's not gonna get easier. As I said, as soon as the Javelin is up, level 6 is up, this Veno is a pretty free kill. He shows it right there. Easy picker for him.
Tusk might be in trouble too. He's got shards maybe to get some distance and a snowball from the high ground. That's well done. But the neutrals, okay, stays alive, and now Fly walking into the hands of Matuma Man as well as Puppy realizes that they're there and backs off of it.
Do you see a combo play? He Nova the creeps to get vision, and then he managed to snowball up there because of it. Really good foresight play by Puppy here. Fly in trouble.
Great shards into the torrent. Fly now surrounded by 4 heroes. He's forced to pop that ult. He's trying to fight back the snowball to extend the time. A Photic Shield does nothing, and Zai will take out Fly. 4 heroes, though, to get that kill into the Ursa. That's leaving JT wide open. You've got Wisp continuing to just farm away. Emo's gotten himself a pretty clean lane at the moment, so it's a lot of rotations for Secret, but well worth it when you can kill the Ursa.
Yeah, Matumba TPing bottom. He couldn't really take the pressure from the IO anymore, but he's TPing into a lane of a level 7, soon to be 8 Windranger, who is now getting mana. Potentially enough to try to get for the solo kill here, but reaches level 6 on the Alchemist, so should be fine unless Kaka finds a good hex. The Upsaw. Whoa. They saw that water. Yeah, should get dewarded momentarily. But Kaka out of position.
Come after Kaka, 2-man stun. Focus fire right onto the Crystal Maiden. They got the Shackle with the snowball. That will save the Crystal Maiden. They go after the Windrunner. Power shot missing, but Puppy's still going to die here to JT. They've also brought over the Abaddon. Ali trying to keep alive his allies here, and he's done just that. They get a kill. They're all right for now on IG.
Yeah, Secret splitting their focus. Like they were focusing the Lion, but then they were like, oh, the Windranger's killing my CM. And they went all in on the Windranger suddenly and just ignored the Lion, and they get no kill and lose a CM. So another bad trade for Secret here. And IG playing pretty damn well. Io already finished his Dominator. Now he's just going to retreat to the jungle and start his flash farming. So many stacks.
This
Almost
is the
as good
best
as
part of
Liquid.
watching IO.
The balls.
I know people don't get as excited as I do, but stacking and farming, I play a lot of 5 position. When I'm able to stack for my carries and watch this efficiency, That's the best part for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird.
I mean, especially with Io, like every time the balls touch the creeps, like the sound is so nice. Like, pew, pew, pew. I don't know if you ever heard that, but it's a very
Your
satisfying
sound
sound.
effects are always on.
Thank you.
I
Ursa?
think I think what we really need is... Ooh.
What? Nothing. We need nothing? Okay. Now, what do we really need, B-Cop? Please tell me.
I
Before
was
they
going to
smoke
say
up
a
here.
voice
Fast.
pack.
A voice pack
Your
for me,
voice
yes.
pack.
In fact, Valve has already contacted me. It's currently in production.
All right.
Stay hyped and stay hydrated, guys. Finger online. Windranger. Oh, they might be finding the Alchemist here. They saw him on the ward, but he's pretty tanky. But not really.
They need to catch him away from his team. He's got some help over mid. I don't know if they'll kill him quick enough. They know
not an
exactly
easy
where
kill.
he is. The question is, can they move in?
They're going right
They've got
now.
level 6. They have the finger, so there's a
Finger.
possibility that they get this kill. They've got the Hex, the finger available. They'll
Nice.
finish off Matumba Man, and they are just diving into the jungle, knowing where he's at. The vision's there. Yapzor now. Well, let's see if he can survive. Goes into the snowball, hits onto 2. They look over at the Lion. Kaka falls over to Nisha. 1-for-1 trade that could have gone worse for Secret.
Yep, and JT just relocating the Windranger out. I like the item adjustment here from Fly. Konka. Be a little bit careful. There's a lot of damage potential here. Ollie from the side.
Ooh, they're trying to chase. Ollie trying to get in front of him, maybe body block. There is 3 heroes here for Secret,
But
though.
he's
He
just
doesn't
feeding.
have that level 6, so he's just dead.
Yeah. All right. Not sure what you were thinking there. Like just running into 3 heroes because they had vision on them. Yeah. Happens sometimes, you know? You think you're really
Odd
strong.
decision.
You're not. Then you get in trouble at high school. Good old days, man. Good old days.
Even older for me. What were you saying about the Ursa? You like the change in his build. What about it? Are you gonna... Now he's going into the Basher. He had the Asha queued up before.
Yeah, I
Is he
like
doing
it.
Phase Abyssal?
Maybe. Possibly. Maybe Basher Blink. We'll have to see. Basher B can be also a possibility. And I like it in regards of his lineup that he's playing with, because Windranger and Io are quite greedy, but he might just be falling flat as well. Like, if he dies a couple more times, he has no way to come back into the game. No Battle Fury this time. You rely on having a good game. You can't afford to die. Mid tower.
Look at the farm for Emo.
Taken down.
Tower gonna drop over mid.
Alchemist farming a really big stack though. So he's gonna be having a good golden fusion here. Battle Fury is gonna be online as well. A bit slower than the timing that we usually see, around 10 minutes. It's gonna be at around 11:30 for him, but still decent enough.
Considering we just saw a 9-minute Battle Fury with phase boots. This is definitely not the fastest of the day.
Yeah, and in this small downtime, I would like to ask you what concert just costs 45 cents, because I've been a little low on money lately. Do you know?
What concert costs 45 cents?
Yeah.
It's not the... I don't know.
One featuring Nickelback and 50 Cent.
So I had some of that in my head. I couldn't think of the Nickelback part. All right. Do you look these up, or is this like in the Rolodex that you've got going on in your mind?
I looked them up a while ago, but I memorized most of them now. Mid-action, the ball's dealing a lot of damage. Be careful here, SCM.
Kakai over to the side. He's spotted by a Plague Ward, so they know where the Lion is. If he's able to make a way or a movement in to potentially get a stun into a Hex, they could have fought there, but they decide to just back off. It's only a 1K lead here, a 1K gold lead here for Secret, and it was kind of close between the IO and the Alchemist. Alchemist starting to get some space and really pull away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, but I've seen this so many times when Alchemist, you know, has a somewhat slow start, but then he's just unchecked for about 4 or 5 minutes. Suddenly, 15k net worth. Saint Joshua online, and the enemy carry is just trailing behind really far. And I'm a little bit scared that this game might be a similar scenario, because they're not trying to invade the triangle of Secret at all.
They haven't just yet. And you'd
As I
like
say
to
that,
expect
though.
that they will.
Yeah. Oh, he has been unsmoked. Alchemist popped ult as well. I don't think they have the damage to kill him. No, they know they don't.
Especially now with the Crystal Maiden there, they need to back off. Yapzor is actually cutting off his path. Kaka needs to be careful. Go for
Just
the TP
TP
out.
out.
They've spotted a snowball, stopping the TP. Walrus punches there, and they'll get the kill on Akaka. Well done by Secret to cut him off at the pass. Meanwhile, mid, looking over to try and get a kill here on the Emo. He's forced to tether away, and he's going to lose that hell there.
That's a lot of gold for the Alchemist there as well. Oh, Io just relocating back to heal up mana and health, because why not? And he finishes Aghanim Scepter already.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's going to be enough to really turn this around. He's relocating into a bad spot. He's going to tether over onto the Abaddon. They'll use that ult from Zai, pull him back with the X, as well as the boat coming through. Torrent landed, Emo in trouble. He's getting quite low, looking for the freezing field to get the kill on Emo. Ursa's in on this, but it's not looking good for Flyfly. They get the kill on a Puppy. It's ending up a 1-for-1. It's just a 1-for-1 for now, but Secret, they might get another one on Ali as he tries to run away from Zai, who ends up getting hit with the Earth Spike from Kaka. And, well, maybe IG turn this around, and they will with a finger. So Kaka getting that kill onto Zai. Secret getting in a little bit too deep, and they've got the Shackle to follow it up. Matuma Man, he's out a little bit too far, and now here comes Firefly, but they go the other direction. Stun out from Kaka, landing on a 2. Yapzor has got Matu to follow. IG, that fight did not look like it was theirs to take, and all of a sudden, well, they come out ahead.
It looks so bad with the Io just randomly relocating out. All 5 feeders of Secret are there, killing him immediately, and they somehow win that fight 4v5. I mean, it also helped that Io picked up the Aghanim Scepter just before and hit everybody with about 15 balls. But yeah, I did not expect him to win that fight. Couple of mistakes here from Secret at the end there.
A couple of mistakes for sure for Secret. One of the things I really want to note too is the fact that Kaka, he's really starting to find his form the later we've gone in this tournament. They've given him some of his comfort heroes like the Shadow Shaman, as well as the Lion and the Phoenix, and he certainly felt like a much bigger presence since then. I mean, that double Earth Spike there, his stuns have been on point. He's really doing a good job so far on this Lion. He actually leads all supports in terms of net worth too. Going forward, there's the Hex as well as the Shackle Shot that lands to the tree. They follow that up with an Earth Spike, but back with the X, so he'll be okay. They'll take up the Tier 1 tower mid, and IG, 16 minutes into the game, in an ALK game, they have a little bit of a net worth lead, and of course, as I finish that sentence, it jumps the other way.
It might be selective memory here, but I don't remember Kaka being on another hero than Shadow Shaman and Lion for like the past, I don't know, 10 games or so. Am I wrong there, or?
He's really performing quite well. He's definitely played Phoenix.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah, so it must be a case of selective memory. Just like when I cry about not getting my runes. It's all selective memory, guys. Life is not actually that bad. Feels good, man. Gotta be positive, B-Cup. Always gotta be positive.
PMA. Works in your pubs and it works in your life.
Yeah, goes a long way.
Smiles in the chat.
Yep.
So you see that the ALK has the top of the net worth. That's great. ALK, that's fine. The spread, though, doesn't feel that good. And then you look at what's next. It's 3 heroes on the side of IG.
Smoking into Roshan.
They're sharing the map pretty well.
Yep, Wind Ranger making space down here. He's probably gonna lose his life.
TP out and hit by that snowball coming in. They get the kill onto JT. They look over at Ali. Unfortunate that he gets caught out. Gale, not gonna land, but Ali's still able to run away. That leaves the Aegis available for IG to take. So JT sacrifices himself, but that's an Aegis for IG.
It's a pretty advanced play. I mean, it was all calculated, obviously. Like, best case scenario he was trying to TP out is that he gets out, of course, but it was a well worth sacrifice. Like, that Roshan, that Aegis can easily go into the hands of Secret too if they manage to win a team fight. So, good job. Well done by them. They have 1 Heaven's Halberd, almost 2 Heaven's Halberds up, which is going to make it quite tough for the Ursa to really take these team fights until he gets his BKB.
Right, and I was going to ask about that. Do you think it, like, obviously it's worth it to have both Heaven's Halberds in terms of countering this Ursa, but do you want your ALK building into the Heaven's Halberd? Would you have rather him use that farm for something else?
It's gonna be a tough call. Like, they are gonna have a very strong mid-game timing because of those Heaven Halberds. But if that doesn't pay off, then their like late-game timings will come quite a bit later, unfortunately. So, and it's not gonna be easy to fight into this IO at all. Like, he's very strong at this point. He's in Aegis on a good pace to his BKB. He's gonna be a big problem.
Kaka having that blink dagger, looking for the right positioning, seeing if he can get in there, find a good blink hex.
Yeah. They're just
Well,
waiting for the BKBs right now. BKB on Windrunner, Windranger, 200 gold away. Emo still needs about 1500 for his. But he's happy to fight regardless, I'd say. Because he has 1900 health, he has an Aegis to boot. He's ready to fight. Windranger now is ready to fight too.
15 too.
Oh, knee shadow.
Getting
Close.
chased and just won't catch him. JT, he's looking MKB. So JT can all of a sudden become that big damage dealer from the side that I don't know if Secret are going to be expecting all too much. His farm game has been pretty on point. He's keeping up with Nisha at the moment.
Yeah, that's why Ursa is going for the non-greedy route, because they have two cores in namely IO and Windranger that are pretty greedy themselves. So that's why I said I like the adjustment of that Ursa.
Yeah, they really haven't had anybody really take over the map too much in terms of like, you've got nowhere else to farm if you're the other cores. Sometimes you see that, especially with like an Alchemist, where he'll take over the entirety of the map, farm, he'll be at the top, but the rest of the team really doesn't get much out of the map at all, where IG right now, they're splitting it up pretty well. They land the Shackle, they're going to follow it up with the stun as well as the finger. They've got the Hex onto Nisha. He's in trouble. Snowball save, and is it going to be enough to keep this Kunkka alive? It's not looking likely. They'll get the kill on Nisha, though, covering Yapzor, and Tusk is not long for this world. Doesn't have a Snowball to save himself this time, and it's 2 euros down to the side of Secret.
Yep. Pretty easy setup here. Good Shackle by JT. Followed up by Hex. And that is just why Lion is such a deadly hero. Like, he disables the hero for so long. 2.6 seconds on the Earth Spike and 3.5 seconds on the Hex. Just gives all your cores so much time to lay in the pain.
I don't think he got the finger stack on that, though, but the damage being done by Kaka when they're going after these heroes is, yeah, it's only still 2. Could have been 3 there, but a good save. It just wasn't enough from Yapzor to keep Kunkka alive.
Yeah, and now this game is going to get really scary. 2 BKB timings up on JT, on IO.
They find Dolly. He'll try to stay alive, borrow time, taking up as much
Run
of
the other way.
Secret's time as he can.
Ollie.
Nothing he can do there, but build some space.
Or like getting ball lead. Oh man,
It works.
Stop making myself laugh.
They've got the X as well as the boat coming in. They're going to try and get a kill here on Emo. He's all by himself for the moment, just trying to maybe use that Aegis and get this team of Secret as closed in on him as possible to turn this around with the help of reinforcements. They've done just that to get a kill on Azai. Yeah, they've used that Aegis, but there wasn't much time left on it anyway. And they're going to relocate right into a turret. They don't get anything out of this just yet. Tusk as well as Nisha are going to back off from it. Puppey, Earth Spike, that landed. They stop the TP. Well done by Kaka. They'll get themselves a second. Kaka on fire right now. JT with the double kill. He's got a killing spree. Oh, I was pumping you up, dude. All right. BKB. Nobody saw that. Close your eyes, avert your attention from the screen in front of you. You have not seen a 10-second BKB accidentally get used.
Yeah, eyes
Oh, no.
don't exist when these mistakes happen. Wait, who was that used the BKB? JT?
JT.
Well, we all know about the infamous Chinese BKB. Just gotta make sure it works. So
It
now he
works.
knows it does. It does, yes. He shined golden. Oh, they might be able to pick up the Alchemist here. Balls, but they don't slow
Spirit
anymore.
touches.
So.
God. BKB.
What's up, B-Cup? How can I help you? You look a bit flustered.
I'm flustered. I'm stressed. That BKB usage just, it really, I'm not even playing, and that kind of hit me in the gut.
It's okay. It's already back
Feeling.
off
I could feel
cooldown.
him.
Just lost 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second is 1 second.
No, BKB starts with 9 seconds. I don't know what you're talking about. This
For
is
me,
how it
says
came.
10.
It was
but
used.
Maybe your game is a bit broken. I'm not sure. Are you trying to defend him? B-Cup, huh? What are you trying to do?
I am definitely not trying to defend that. That
just happens, you know, sometimes. You get too excited, you try to switch item slots, and then it just happens.
Yeah. Blink forward, there's the Earth Spike coming through. That's going to actually stun up 2 of these heroes. Nisha gets stunned on the back of this. They'll use the Snowball to save this Alchemist with the BKB pop by Emo. They're going to go after this Ursa. Walrus Punch, as he's enraged, they'll get the kill on a Yapzor, trying to get a stun out, maybe turn this around. They've used the buyback on Tusk. They jump in, relocate though. That'll send them away. They've got the X onto JT. They'll get the kill with the Freezing Field. Puppy, he gets credit for that one.
Yeah, they went all in on the Elk, only brought him down to half. Good snowball save here by Yapzor. Then after that, Chemical Rage is popped and he just goes back to full. It's very similar to like a Timber Saw, something like that. You go all in on a hero like that, you don't kill him, the fight is pretty much lost. They end up having to expend the buyback on Tusk at least, so it's a small victory for them, but they do lose that all-important Wind Ranger.
And it was, you know, he does use the buyback on the Tusk, but he ends up saving his Alk, which is the most important part. That Snowball save, now you're starting to feel the ability of that Snowball save where, yeah, they can keep up with it before and they can get that kill earlier in the game, but they're not so fortunate, and that Snowball save was enough to keep Alk alive.
Yeah, but Yapzor is falling really far behind in terms of net worth. Like, he's 1,700 gold away from a blink. He went for the Falcon Blade. And yeah, he's having less net worth than the enemy plus 5, which is a little bit concerning because you're kind of the guy that's supposed to initiate with the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and he's not going to have it for a long time.
Indeed. Now JT closing in on the MKB. There's a lot of damage potential coming out here. Alchemist?
Well, Matumba, man, he's spotted, but are they going to go the other way with this? It doesn't look likely that IG want to exactly make the jump. I'm not sure they have vision of everybody to know if anybody's behind him. So they can't make that jump just yet.
Yeah, he's a little bit too tanky, sitting at 2.7k health. Once the Chemical Rage is popped, health region will go up to like 150. Way too scary to fight into. And Fly, almost done with his BKB. 300 gold away from it. That's a go time for IG. Roshan will also spawn in 30 seconds, so that's going to be perfect timing for IG to take a fight, potentially even take a Roshan.
Yeah, next fight going to be, you know, the victor taking Roche, which can certainly change the perception of this game. Right now, I know that you've got Alk at the top of the net worth for Secret, but IG, I would say, feel a little bit more in control of this one. Not by a lot. I would say it's probably like 55-45 at the moment in terms of favoring IG. We'll see how they fight this. And, oh, wow, I'm way off. 82-18. Man,
yep. Io,
my
level 20, plus Kaya Sage. That's going to be a ton of damage coming out from those balls. Like, they were tiny balls before, but now they're huge balls, and they're going to really hurt.
Got the smoke. Let's see if they can make something of this. Like you said, next fight winner is going to be the one getting Roche. Zai spotted. There's the Hex with the Earth Spike. They're going to try and turn this around, maybe with a boat. That'll hit onto the Ursa. Alchemist going in, but forced F onto the low ground, so Fly is saved for now. Matumba Man still trying to go in. Looks over at Emo, who pops the BKB. The Shackle's not going to connect to a tree. Power shot over is a big whiff. With the BKB not available on Emo, though, I'm not sure that they can go for Roche, and they bought back on Zai anyway. So Secret know the importance of this Roche, and knowing that that's probably IG's game plan, they're going to stick nearby.
There's just too much HP on the IG side. I don't know where the damage is going to come from. I don't think Alchemist has enough damage to take them down. He's only hitting for 200, but he's sitting at what? 2.7k health on the Ursa. He has Enrage. Io sitting at 2.7k. He also has a lot of health regen. It's going to be so tough for them to really kill anyone of IG. So much save coming from the Abaddon, from the Io, so much sustain. And they're moving into the Roche pit? Really? They're so risky.
This is a risky play that I think they feel that they need. Power shot already spots it, so the question is, do they want to stick with this? They're relocating.
Are you relocating?
Shards aren't going to block this. So he's tethered over onto the Ursa. They're going to look over at Matumba Man. They're going to go forward with this one. Kaka throws the stun out onto the Crystal Maiden. They've done a lot of damage on Ali, who's silenced up. He used that Essence Ring. Snowball onto the high ground, chasing over after Kaka. They've got the stun to get a kill. They'll take out one. The freezing field on the other side of the fight is Fly focuses his attention on Yapso. He uses that Walrus Punch to put him up in the air, but it's not going to be enough to save himself. So a 1-for-1 so far. Zai right into the hands of
Also
IG.
no buyback.
Back in the previous engagement. So now 75 seconds without this Venomancer. They'll look over at Puppey, who will root up this Ursa for a moment, but it's not looking likely that Puppey survives. He'll fall to Emo, and that's 3 dead on Secret. IG, we can step into Roche now.
In the kill here. They're only going to get more tanky, and the damage output is not going to get a lot higher. Kanka is not going to scale very well. Neither is Veno. It's all on the Alchemist, and he just doesn't have the damage by himself to kill all these heroes. Like, good job, you killed a lion, but that's all you got. He bought back, and then what? How do you kill any of these cores?
Yeah, Ali taking and soaking up a lot of that damage, and this is a really, I would say, even just a bit of a high IQ play there from Kaka to get into the high ground and draw Matumba Man as well as Yapsor away from the fight, whether they like it or not. And you see IG take advantage of that, getting the kill into Yapsor. They don't find Matumba Man, but they find Zai, and they get themselves a third on Puppey. And we said the fight secures Roche, and that's exactly what it did. They've got themselves Aegis and Cheese.
All right, just look at the gold difference. It only says 2,000, which is already pretty good against an Alchemist. But it feels like 10, 15k at this point, simply because I don't know how they killed them. I really don't. I don't know where their damage is going to come from. They can't just magically make it appear. Maybe the Swift Blink is going to change something. But this Venomancer is just dying fight after fight. He bought back, died back. Same with Yapsor. And there's just no items coming out for them. It's just all on the Alchemist.
Yeah, Zai got that Spirit Vessel at a pretty decent timing, and that was like the highlight of the game for him. He hasn't really done much since then, and I'm not really sure what I expect him to do from this point on, and that's unfortunate. He's going for a halberd. They're trying to continue to disarm this Ursa as much as they can, but it's just not enough.
Makes you wonder, is he really the problem? Because it really feels like this Io and this Wind Ranger are causing just as many problems, if not more. Like, Ursa is a pretty damn good distraction, and so is Lion. Like, they have to choose between the targets, and they just, maybe they can kill one guy, but there's still 3 more to worry about.
So now turning into a 4K lead, and Emo looking for that heart.
Oh, man. Once that heart is online,
25 as quickly as he can.
Oh, that's just going to be a permanent 200 health region on the target he's tethered to and himself. Absolutely disgusting. I don't think there's many more power spikes in Dota than this heart on Io, or many stronger power spikes, I'd say. Like, this is one ridiculous one.
And he's almost got it, so it's really going to be a point where Secret are probably backs to the wall. Charging up the stun. But if this is going to be thrown at Ali, is it going to be enough? They've got heroes nearby where maybe IG can come over. They've got a Force Staff available, so he's not even dead.
Just popped the time, relocate out as well. So at least that was used, but they didn't really get much from it.
And they're converging over mid. They do have vision of this. X looking for the stun, going after the Ursa. The first hit bash, but he's got the X. He's okay for now.
Premature BKB though.
Finds Zai, and there's the Abyssal Blade being used onto the Venomancer. He'll use that ult, throw a Venomous Scale, but that doesn't land. So
good charge also.
BKB no longer available for the Ursa. I think that's okay for Secret.
Yeah, he was he was full health there. I don't know why he was so itchy. Let's call it itchy on the Ursa. Instant BKB, and then he felt very obliged to run in.
Maybe not seeing the X. Thought BKB, I turn, I kill him.
Possibly, but there was a Baron right next to him. So gotta lay off that finger for a little bit. No need to panic, you're very tanky, you got an Io in your team, you have a cheese. You can't get permanently stunned.
Look at how fast this Io moves. And they're starting to take over the triangle. Since you said it, they've taken over the triangle and a big part of Secret's side of the map.
Yeah, 590 movement speed on Io, by the way, with no boots. Sounds good. Well, 530 right now, because the Veno slow, of course, but It's just kind of ridiculous that you can break the movement speed cap with no boots.
Slowed, in quotations.
Yeah.
Even at 5:30.
That's when the nitro
Really
runs
just
out
ridiculous.
a bit. You know, he goes like, that's it. Throttled a little bit.
Over rev.
Yeah.
Go for the mid tier 2, and not sure there's much Secret can do to hold this tier 2 tower. They might have to be willing to give it up. It'll be tough if they want to initiate on this.
It feels like as though Secret, all they can do is just watch them take the tower. IO occasionally coming
I think
in.
they might be waiting for the Aegis timing.
Yeah, which is now.
And right now, they're going to make the jump on the timing, but they don't go after the IO, they go after the Ursa. They've got the silence.
BKB
Now
popped
the
an elk.
X boat torrent. That's coming through on Emo, who popped the BKB. Ali coming in with the borrow time being popped. He's up into the air with the Walrus Punch being used by Yapsor, and they've used that ult, but Zai just taking so much damage. He ends up dead, dominating here for Flyfly. They'll go after Nisha as well as Yapsor. They're going to try and cut off this Kunkka in the pass. Good shards to block him out for a second, but the man comes through, and Nisha's in trouble. Freezing field, right into the IO, but he's nowhere near dead. He's going to eat that cheese. He'll stay alive. Puppy gone, and Nisha soon to follow. They're right on top of these heroes in a split-up fight. The Alchemist has to TP back to the base. Puppy, he buys back, and, well, this is an Ursa in pretty far. They still get the kill on the Yapsor. They look over at Puppy, who just bought back. He's hexed up by Kaka. They're still looking over at Nisha, who got back to the base. The damage onto JT. They get the kill to the Windrunner, and they'll take him out. It's just one dead on IG, though. As they'll look over at Emo, who's still postured quite forward and will tether away from the base. IG still making Secret suffer with no answers.
Yeah, at least they got JT. It cost them a buyback. But, you know, at least they got out, like, unscathed, I would say. Mostly. It could have gone a lot worse for them. And JT getting a little bit overexcited, diving into tier 4 towers. You know, they're ahead, but they're not that far.
Still looking for a stun. Matu?
BKB popped again.
Okay, BKB to try and jump forward and throw a stun. He doesn't cross the river, and now Puppy's dead. He bought back. He's gone for 70.
Yeah. Luckily, Roshan nowhere near respawn yet, but Zai in trouble here as well.
Oh, Zai.
Good torrent. But this HP region on Ursa is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, really great top. Here's Blink Dagger up in 1.
Oh, they're looking for Matamba Man.
Wow.
Can they get him? The Spirits, the Abyssal?
Oh, no. Abyssal was cooldown.
Abyssal was on cooldown. Oh. He was close enough. That would have been...
It was all planned by Puppy. He knew that they were going to relocate top and he would get out because of it.
Really, really close, and they go back for the tier 2 tower. I mean, we saw the idea that Secret wanted to go once the Aegis expired, but they're just... only 9K, like you said, that number is not right. It feels like maybe closer to 15, 20.
Sorry, B-Cup. I need a moment of silence for Secret here. This game is officially over. IO reached level 25. Okay, now we can talk. Whew.
Press F to pay your respects.
Yeah, so what are you looking forward to in game 2 then?
This one's not over, you know? It's not over until the throne falls. I always keep my hopes up, whether it's 0% on Dota Plus or not, which it's 7%. My percentages are still not hitting. So they got 7% chance. Lucky number 7. Anything can happen. They're going to find themselves Ollie, but there's the Shackle landing on the top of him. BKB being popped here by the Windrunner. They've got the Snowball, but it's not going to be enough to save this Alchemist who's on the run. The shards are, though, so he walks away. They'll use that ult, but they've got the finger. They get the kill on his eye. They look over at Yapsor, who's hit by those Shackles, connected to the tree, and connected with Zai in death. Both those heroes die, and IG come out again on top.
Yes, B-Cup. Alchemist gets out on 100 health, but guess what? If your only damage dealer has to run away because he's on 100 health, you have no more damage dealers to deal damage. Wow.
Yep.
Psh, psh, Giga Brain. It is just so difficult to fight back against these tanky heroes now. Almost MKB finished on IO, who, by the way, why not, can hit while he's stunned when his tethered ally hits another hero. Why is that a thing? It shouldn't be.
Absolutely balanced.
But it is.
There it is.
balls of steel.
Getting the last piece delivered, and we'll have it all ready to go.
Yeah, look at that damage now when that MKB is delivered. He's actually gonna hit for 350 damage. Plus MKB procs. And Ursa with overpower,
Down to level
he's gonna hit like 6 times a second. And then Io's gonna hit like 6 times a second because of overcharge. And then he's gonna hit 6 more times because of Ursa hitting 6 times. That's 18 hits per second.
It's a lot of times to hit per second.
Yeah, look at the Roshan now. Tether him. Yeah, show me that goal. Look. Dude, it looks so ridiculous.
I was hoping I get a little bit more on the attack sounds, but yeah, they come in to get themselves the Roche, Refresher Shard on the Ursa, as well as having that Aegis on the Io and the Cheese.
Now, I just look a bit closer at this game.
Looking for the Veno. Ooh, they're looking for the Veno, but they might even find more. They got the Invisible Blade. They get the kill on his eye. He's going to be dead for 50 seconds. The damage is just so much. They're dealing with an illusion. Kaka blinks forward. He's got the Hex. They're going to look over as the finger hits on him. Matoma Man, he's trying to run away with the BKB. Can he get up the stairs? Can he get away? It's not looking likely, as going all the way in is JT, who's gotten too far. Stunned up. Matoma Man still surviving. The Torrent will land. They get the kill into the Windrunner. They're in a little bit too deep there on the Windrunner, who ends up dead for 83 seconds with buyback. But the Ursa, who's been disarmed again. He can't right-click, and he can't do any damage, so they'll get the Alk away. IG stepping forward pretty far.
Look at the health regen.
X, they'll pull back Fly, but it's not going to be enough. They've got the Invisible Blade. And look at the damage coming in from Emo. He's attacking the tethered target. And they've got that going to Yapzor. They'll get themselves the tusk. Down goes Anisha. And it's just so much damage so quickly. He'll stun himself in the base. Are they going to dive? They were thinking about it. They turned him for a second, but they're going to get hit by the X as well as the Torrent. They'll look at turning this around as the Ocean gets caught by Zai, but it's not going to be enough. They'll get the kill on a Matoma Man. They'll take him out and he'll buy back. Nisha now looking to chase as Emo and Fly try to leave the base. They've charged up the stun. They'll stun up Emo, and he might just lose the Aegis, but this is only the first life that's taken out of the Io's hands. Hex coming out from Kaka. That's right on top of Matoma Man, who just bought back.
Oh, buyback on his
He might drop. He's down real low into the base, and the right click's coming through. And Anisha, he's bashed up, killed off, and gone. Kaka, as well as the Windrunner of JT, they're just not buying back because they're not needed at the moment. Emo, though, he's got the tether. He'll eat the cheese. He's back up to healthy. And now looking over at Zai with the right clicks coming in, he's godlike. Emo not getting stopped in this game, and IG are looking like they're on their way to taking game 1. But here comes the snowball coming out from Yapzor with the Walrus Punch. It's still just not enough damage. You can't kill this ball of energy. They've thrown the stun over at a Fly, but they have nothing to follow it up, so they can just stand here ready to trade. They've got a Missile Blade ready in just a second, so let's see who they go after. It's looking like they want Yapzor, who's going over to the top side of the base, but the Spirit's coming through. The Snowball will be over at Emo. You've basically signed, sealed, and delivered your death.
The damage on the Alchemist!
Over on Emo. Yapzor goes down, Matoma Man gone, and game 1 goes the way of IG. Secret drop game 1, and IG obliterate them.
Like, absolutely no chance. I think it's time to...
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
A complete domination of Secret, which has not really been seen all too often. IG now with a 1-0 lead. We need this broken down, guys. Panel, take it away, please.
Thank you very much. I think we kind of already broke it down before the game even started.
What do you need broken down, B-Cup?
It was okay. Starting from the beginning, we said if Secret has a good shot this game, it is because Alchemist is gonna hit his Alchemist timings, and that's where we're gonna start, because they did try to set up the Alchemist for success, Parker.
They tried. They did that kind of Alchemist trialing with Tusk thing we've seen here and there. It gives Alchemist a good start, but it didn't really get him far enough ahead, I guess. I think even if Secret were further ahead, I don't know if it actually changed. You know, we had this saying with like, when it's an Alchemist game, it's an Alchemist game. This was
when
not
it's a
really
core IO game, it's a core IO
No.
game.
When it's a core IO game, oh wait, it's always a core IO game. That's what
That's right.
That's what the core IO
That's
saying
right.
is.
That's the manifesto that I'm going for here. And even Emo, like, there was clearly some unfamiliarity on the hero. He was not like tethering up and down cliffs the way seasoned IOs do. I think Dream to me was the one that set the gold standard. AS Monaco Gambit's Dream. He was doing these things like he would backpack his Aghanim Scepter, so all of his spirits could explode whenever he was clearing creep waves, so he didn't have to sit there and watch them circle around. And it just didn't matter. Like I said, once you get the heart, it's the point of no return. And they tried their damnedest. There were some conceptual things that I liked. Like the Crystal Maiden, I respected for the fact that Frostbite against the dominated creep was kind of irritating for IO on a few occasions. And Kunkka, if it was a support IO, it would have ended up being like to X relocate. Or to X marks the spot anyone who's being relocated. So I saw some glimpses, but it doesn't matter because it's Core IO.
Yeah, let's say when you're describing things as kind of irritating, kind of annoying, let me tell you, Core IO doesn't care about something that's kind of annoying. It's like, I'm still a Core IO, you know. I don't think we're seeing that Core IO again.
No, I don't think so either. And it's unfortunate for Team Secret that they were willing to try it out, but hey, now they know. Now we know as well that IG can play in core.
It was a great bait too, because in the series against Thunder Predator, they picked it game 1 as support loss, and then the hero went ignored. They're basically saying, we don't play core IO, guys. The long con. They throw a game with it, they pick it as support, and then Secret's like, oh, we have that best. Let's use the data we have. They don't play IO.
I unironically think that's actually a big deal.
If IO had remained banned game 2 and game 3, there, I think Secret would have maybe just banned it. But they showed they were not willing to pick it.
I'm not sure if I'm agreeing with the MVP.
No, this is 100% deserved, Seaver. Let me tell you why. He was willing to sacrifice his being a mid player. He said, I'm going to play IO very poorly to get us a win. That's what Emo said. That is why he is the MVP.
Yeah, you see these Storm Spirits, you see these TAs. You think those types of players want to play IO?
You know, he said he did what needs to be done. He didn't play the hero well, but he played the hero.
That's okay. That's a fair point. Before the series started, we talked a little bit about how Team Secret, the way that they looked off was on the drafting side, maybe Core IO being a little bit of proof of that. We also pointed out that in terms of performance, we were a little critical of both Nisha on the side of Team Secret and Kaka on the side of IG. And I wanted to actually give the MVP to Kaka because he played that line really well.
There were multiple moments. He got like a 17-minute Blink Dagger, which is insane. He was rotating. He abandoned the tri-lane, but it wasn't like a big... he does deserve it. Yeah, so he left the tri-lane. He went to go gank Kunkka mid like a few times. IO was doing fine in the tri-lane. And then there was some sick Earth Spikes that definitely allowed them to stay in the game.
Multi-hero Earth Spikes into Snowball is... If you're not hitting multi-hero Earth Spikes... But that was a great pick too. Picking Lion, we've seen it a few times against the Tusk. The idea is, you know, that Snowball save sometimes gets turned around on you because it sets up those multi-hero stuns, which Kaka did a great job nailing.
While we're being critical of Kaka, I think Nisha on the Kunkka, I felt like it was a very difficult game to judge him though, because we said he has overall last pick, so he should be set up for success. But then it's Kunkka versus Ursa mid, and you're still a Kunkka.
Yeah, who said they had to do that though? It was overall last pick, and at that point, we were pretty confident that it was Core IO, right? Yeah, right?
No, by last pick, we knew. They picked Abaddon, so it was like IO Abaddon.
Right, exactly.
We weren't sure if it was going to be Ursa or Wind Ranger mid, because I think if he knew it was Ursa mid, he could have gone for one of his flashier picks to win the game, like a mid Morphling, like a Nisha Morphling.
Yeah,
I feel like
that would have been really good.
Amazing. Would have been greedy, but I don't mind greedy. You're playing against Core IO. It's not like this super fast-paced hero that doesn't give you time to farm. So I think something like that could have worked. And that's what I want to see Nisha on in game 2, is something that can have more impact, carry the game.
I just hope that the whole squad is able to put that game behind them and it's like, okay, you know what? We're banning out IO in the next game and we're going to start anew, and hopefully they'll have more success with that. But I just hope it was going to be a close game, because when you see IG play to their full potential and Team Secret play to their full potential, that's when we are the true winners, because we get to watch all of that. And if you want to be more than just a true winner, like a winner of actual, for example, loot, you can hunt for treasure. oneesports.gg / a major hunt. That's where you need to go to, and you can join the hunt and win loads of loot from our sponsors. And let me tell you something. loot is pretty great. I am a recipient of the treasure, and it's definitely recommended to hunt for that. And you should be able to do that. I think you'll be good. I think you can do it, and I think you can do it right now because we're heading to a break. Perfect time to hunt some treasure. We'll see you after the break.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping they will cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me what you sold. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light.
Go. IG with this only slightly different roster is trying to make their way to TI9, and they were not able to do so. They came fourth, and that is like one slot lower than you should be to make it to TI from the Chinese region. And ever since they've been rebuilding, they got this squad together, and then last year they actually started looking really hot. They looked really good at the Chengdu Major. They came third, and then they came sixth in Leipzig. But with those two major performances, already kind of securing themselves a slot for TI, and then COVID hit, and it didn't happen. And they need to start all over again. But they are making such a great start here at the first major of this season, and it's good to see them do well, Tsunami.
Man, you started that whole thing off with 2 years ago, and I was just like, oh, I know where she's going with this. You know what was a big hero 2 years ago? It was Core IO.
Yeah,
it was Core IO. You know, I'm just saying. TI9. You know, no one has quite hit on a standard yet, and you'd think after that people would have learned, but evidently not.
Evidently not. We'll see if Team Secret bans it this time around. I'm going to hope they do. We'll also see, because I would imagine, Gods, that it's going to be flipped. Maybe that Team Secret gets first pick, and therefore we'll see if IG lets it go through, because we have not yet seen Team Secret play it.
And everyone's banded against them because nobody knows. There's no data on them, and you kind of got to assume that a team like Secret, with the players they have, can play it. Matu always a guy who's willing to play whatever's needed for the team, and Nisha a guy who's incredibly talented and plays every hero, it feels like. So.
And otherwise, you can always give it to Zai.
True.
Yeah, or even Puppy. Like, Secret is the one team that I'm willing to say you may be able to win with support IO, because it's not bad. It's just never as good as the core IO.
Okay.
But also, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of people say that Team Secret seems to be in TI form, which is not necessarily a compliment when it comes to Team Secret. But I will tell you that if they get eliminated here, and I want to point out, IG is one game up against Team Secret. If they get eliminated here, that is exactly TI form, because they did come fourth at TI.
It's funny with like Secret, that's how good they are. That fourth place at TI is considered bad. Like,
yeah, that is crazy.
Well, that's the same thing with the Chinese teams last year. Like, they still did pretty well. They had 3 teams in top 8, but it wasn't good enough.
It was considered a failure. It was supposed to be a Chinese year. It was like, if you were going to go one after the other, as it had been, it was supposed to be the year for Chinese Dota. And yeah, then getting third. They got third, right?
Yeah, it was LGD.
Yeah.
Lost
They got third,
Liquid.
and it was bad. It
Wait,
was
no,
TI8
TI8 was meant to be their year. Well,
yes,
then,
TI8
then it
was
was
meant
like
to
the
be their
third
year.
year in a row where it wasn't their year. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So then then to 2019, not last year, but the year before that.
Yeah.
That one was in China, though, so that one was even more important.
Yeah, true.
And then Core IO.
On the home turf. All right, let's see how this second game is going to play out, because previous game, as much fun as we were having with the Core IO talk, I really hope we don't see that, because it just kind of, I kind of feel like it ruins the competitiveness. If you can play IO mediocre and win regardless, that's, I mean, come on, we're past that. We are here to see top tier Dota 2, these two teams, top tier caliber teams. We know they can do it. I just don't want to see it on IO.
It's not the most exciting here to watch, and I think when you talked about IG's, amazing run in those past majors when they got 3rd and 6th place, the player that everyone was hyping up and so excited to watch was Emo.
Yeah.
He was this new superstar mid player that was just crushing everyone. So I imagine most people want to see him play something that he can kind of go off and do some stylish plays on, whatever it may be, see him in that mid lane. See him up against Nisha. Like, Nisha versus Emo was kind of the story of this series for me, and game 1 we didn't get it.
Oh, and now we're going to find out how stubborn. Thank you.
I was late. I'll be honest, Gods, I was not listening to a word you said. I was just seeing the clock tick down, and I'm like, please, don't do this to me.
It took longer than comfortable. Yeah, we know how stubborn Puppy can be on the drafting scene, but this time around, at least, bad. We got Phoenix picked up first, though, on the side of IG. Always a solid choice.
Yeah, brought them a lot of success in their Thunder Predator series. More than happy to see that. And they flexed it between Oli and Kaka as well. It doesn't have to be 4 or 5.
Yeah, leaving that open. Let's see how Team Secret's going to open this time around. We, of course, saw them go for the Tuscan Alchemist previously. Now, the question is, did they think the Alchemist was bad in general or bad because of IO?
I think they felt Alchemist might be a hero that you can pick into core IO. I think that was their idea behind it. So I would be surprised if they picked again. I think generally if you're first toing, your carry, you're going to go for the Monkey King or the Troll. Those are usually the first phase carries that we see.
Speaking of first phase and carries, Team Secret has only played Abaddon once this tournament so far, and it was on Matu, so it was as a carry. I don't doubt that it can also be played by basically everybody else on the squad, but so far only one game on record.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It not only, like you said, throws a wrench in the plans on where it's going, but takes it out of IG hands and probably rules out Shaman and Lion for Invictus Gaming to pick up as well.
Yeah, because that's the, I think, tough situation that Puppy found himself in with the draft, is that he wants to ban Puck, it's just Puck. And then if you ban Io, suddenly you don't have an answer to that. Well, you're giving away that Shaman. So preemptively making that Shaman Lion less powerful, and just, even if you get stuck with a 5 ABBA and there's no Hex on the other side, you still feel good about having ABBA on your team
For sure, yeah.
At this point, you're assuming probably more that's a support ABBA. I think that game picked as a core was very much to counter heroes like the Tide Hunter and Bat Rider that were on the other side.
Wow.
They still go for the Hex here. They just really highly value these Lion and Shaman heroes. And interesting they go for the Lion over the Shaman. It feels like Shaman's being kind of the preferred form.
I guess that's pure comfort. Because then also, why not pick ET? ET's been great. And in a team fight comp with Phoenix, that could have been pretty good. Although I guess...
I think ET Phoenix both mostly play as the 5 is the main issue.
That's right,
there.
yeah, exactly. And so they'll give Oli the Phoenix in this situation and put Kaka back on the line.
Kaka's kind of it feels like there's two styles of 4-position play. The ranged 4s and then the melee
that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I would have never been like, Earth Spirit, you really got to ban that out against IG.
Beastmaster coming out was the winning hero in the series we saw before this one. By the way, ET has got a 75% win rate with 25 games played here at the Major, and I wanted to throw a fun stat at you guys.
Hit me.
So over all the regions, there are 4 regions that are really liking the Radiant side. EU, CAS, NA, SA all prefer Radiant, and the win rate of Radiant is all above 50%, above 52% on all the regions.
For the whole tournament?
The whole league.
DPC season,
including lower division. This is lower division, upper division, and it is before the Major started because I did the research then. That was only true for those 4 regions, SEA and China. It's in China, it's even as bad. Radiant win percentage, 45%.
Whoa.
Really low. Especially compared to the rest. We always talk about the Dire being the economy side and Radiant side being maybe the fighting side.
Roche advantage
side, sure. So I thought that was interesting, considering we're seeing the teams go for the exact same order. We have got Team Secret again with the second pick and Radiant. Same for IG, Dire, and first pick. But that was the stat I was going to hit you with. For EU, since we're talking about EU, Radiant win was actually one of the more high. It was 57% win rate compared to the, again, 45 on China.
Protecting the egg, ban out the Mirana, ban out the Juggernaut.
I mean, already having Beastmaster at least gives you the attack speed aura.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that, EG, every time they were on Radiant, they prioritize Beastmaster higher, because I think having that map control and ability to push lanes quickly is more important on Radiant because of that Roche control, because of the fact you want to fight and take over your enemy's jungle more. So I think it's a very clear decision with Secret that when they're Radiant, they're picking this Beastmaster the same way we saw EG doing.
Yep. It's one of the first times that they don't prioritize the App Store's hero, I feel. No, obviously Abaddon can go anywhere. But normally we see, either Tusk or an Earth Spirit, or what else has he played? I mean, Mirana normally comes out later, but yeah.
Clockwork.
Yeah. It's unusual, but at the same time, his heroes other than Mirana are not getting banned, so he's got
Where's his Rubik
options.
hat, though? That's what I want to know.
Where's any Rubik hat? We
Rubik?
only had like a handful. And Rubik, traditionally, the hero that if you're doing your predictions for TI, you can always pick Rubik as your most picked hero because it's always a good hero, or at least it was. But not here.
In all of competitive Dota 2 history, Rubik has like a 4,000 game more, or it's some obscene number more than second place.
That is crazy high.
Second place is like Bat Rider, I think.
And Rubik hasn't even always been in the game.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing.
Really
he was introduced
thing.
relatively late. Yeah.
Why is it not so popular here? Is it because his lack of rotation potential?
I have no idea, actually.
Because we're seeing Lion and Shaman, and Rubik falls into that category of force where it's that ranged laning support. I
yeah,
guess,
pick it against Lion Shaman.
and we talk about like the insta hex. Telekinesis is an insta disable as
Yeah.
well in its own way. So I think a lot of it is some of the other heroes being picked against it, that the spell steal is less value is really highly prioritized when Shaker was the top 4 position at the start of the DPC leagues. So Shaker falling off meant Rubik, I think, kind of fell off as well.
Yep. Speaking of Shaman, by the way, here it is. First Shaman for Team Secret at the Major.
A lot of push from Secret. They can start to engineer something about ending this game pretty quick.
Yeah.
Troll Warlord is banned out. They could still very well do the core Abaddon.
If you were to make a Roche level 1 lineup.
You need Prophet, and I think you need Ursa.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
I don't think you do. I think you need Abaddon.
I mean, there are different ways to do it. The quickest way, I think, is with generally those 2 heroes and a lot of salves.
And it's not,
It's not viral.
I
No,
strong killed that, you know. A few too many tweets. I think Seb being one of the big advocates, level 1 Roche, bit cheesy, didn't want it in Dota, so it's gone.
I never felt like it gave that big of an advantage to begin with, though. I would usually see carries like pick up the Aegis and then use it as like a salve.
Well, it was the levels. The gold.
Oh, that's
XP.
true.
You could get 2 heroes level 4.
Yeah.
If you backed off and
first.
gave all the XP to 2 heroes, they were both level 4.
That's right.
And I think if you split it 5 ways, everyone's level 2.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, or
everyone
2.5
got
or
level 2.
something,
So,
yeah.
And then it got nerfed twice after
and
that or
nowadays, I feel like having everyone being level 2 at the start of the lanes would be like even bigger advantage than it was back then.
Yeah, if you see how obsessed people are with denying range creeps,
Yeah.
you know how big the level 2 spike is.
Every like streamer I watch, like high level MMR streamers, just like, oh yeah, we got to get level 2 before they do, and then we win the lane. Like basically, whoever gets level 2 or level 3 first wins the lane. So.
Mars Phoenix, we talk about it a lot as being figured out by being BKB'd. So far, we don't really have any typical BKB buyers on the side of Team Secret yet, but they are still selecting some cores, I would imagine, so they can still get some jugs out.
Yep. It's understood how you got to itemize, how you got to play
no
against this, but Mars Phoenix is still just solid, well-rounded team fight. I like it. It puts JT in a comfort pick. It's not like this combo I see where I'm like, oh gosh, Secret's in trouble. But I think for IG, it's like you don't feel bad about these heroes.
Yeah, and Juggernaut already banned, but I mean, is this worth picking Lifestealer for?
It's probably not. I think Lifesteal is just very slow paced, needs a lot of farm, and that doesn't seem to be what Secret are doing.
Yeah, only lifesteal I've seen is Thunder Predators.
You're against Egg as well, though. So Weaver, I like this better. BKB carry, something that hits the Egg. Can just kind of get to the back lines.
Slip out of the arena if you can time lapse out. Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Yep. Not great against, these range carries never feel great against Bulwark, but I don't think it's ever going to be really Weaver's job to be hitting the Mars, and generally he's going to be looking to run past the Mars and hit other people. So Abaddon with Weaver sounds like a pretty strong lane as well.
Ooh, Rare PL joins the fray. It's not completely unpicked at the Major, but definitely a hero that we don't see very often.
Good
Weaver's
PL game.
Yeah, Weaver's not a fan of having to hit multiple units.
All 4 of these heroes don't like PL. I think particularly the second, third, everyone except that. I mean, Abba's just a 5, but like Weaver doesn't deal with illusions.
Yeah.
Shaman and his wards get like overran by PL. Beastmaster, PL was always considered one of the good heroes to lane against Beastmaster. Very
you can lance the boar and even rush the boar.
Yeah. Well, this is where Nisha maybe needs to pull out one of his more out-of-meta picks. Lesh gets banned. Maybe the Zeus gets considered. You need to address this PL with your last pick if you're Team Secret.
Yeah, and we need to set up Nisha for a success. I think that's another important one that we're going to look for. This PL, by the way, IG played it earlier this tournament as well. They played it against Vici in their first game, actually, of the tournament. They won.
That was against Terrorblade, if I recall.
If I recall,
they're really good at picking PL when it's a good PL game. So it's like one of those heroes that should have a good win rate because you're never picking it if it's not the time to pick it.
Look at that ban. We don't see that very often. I don't think we've seen it picked even once, but the Tinker ban coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on board with what Gods was saying, that the Zeus, I think the Zeus is pretty good. Don't really like Pugna very much. I'm trying to think of just other high magic damage output heroes from the mid lane.
I thought Secret might consider Storm themselves. It's not like as high as like the Lesh Tinkers, but it seemed like an okay option, but they actually ban it.
What do you guys think of a Queen of Pain this game, or does not work out?
Maybe not enough damage. I mean, at least early mid game it is, but late game co-op damage wise falls off a little bit against the PL. But it may just be the best option left, and it is pretty strong right now, I think, Quap.
Man, this is a great IG draft.
Yeah.
Even before their 5th hero, I was just like, this is already a great draft. And then Void Spirit, one of the most highly contested heroes of this entire tournament, last pick.
Yeah, it started out. I mean, this tournament started out with focus on mid lane heroes, with the Puck and the Void Spirit being let through quite frequently. We have shifted a little bit to more flex heroes again at the openings, but that does mean that Void Spirit makes it through quite frequently, actually. What do you want to play against it? Does
Ember
the Queen of
Spirit?
Pain still make sense?
Quap's not bad, but you have to deal with a lot of lion stuff. All the heroes that I want are like known to be slippery, like Ember Spirit, Quap.
Unless they switch like Weaver mid and pick some kind of Sven or something, that may be one possibility, but it doesn't seem the most orthodox. Monkey King mid, they're going for the lane dominance. We saw Puppy talk about this a bit when he picked the Bane. Sometimes you feel like your draft's in a weird spot, so you just try and crush the lanes.
Yeah.
And that's what Nisha can kind of try and do here. Go into a Battle Fury build, which is greedy, but maybe an answer to the PL as well. I like it. Good. I mean, you're getting a 10th pick Monkey. You can't feel too bad about that a lot of the time.
Yeah, but they are like pure physical damage. They have no magic damage on the side of Secret. And so if Mars, or if anyone gets like any sort of like pipe or anything, I don't even think they need one. Phantom Lancer, I mean, not a pipe, sorry, like a Crimson Guard or...
And just AC in general
AC,
has super high value. I think the important thing is what you mentioned at the start of the draft with some of the early picks is Beast, Shaman. They push fast, they take objectives fast. And when you combine that with the ability to come out of the lanes with an advantage, this game could get out of control pretty quickly for IG if they're not careful. But if they stay on even footing, get to late game, yeah, IG's draft looks way stronger.
I think I have the same checkpoint that I did for the previous game, which is once the heart is online.
This is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
I think this is the kind of draft that Secret can win with, even though they don't have an answer to the PL late game.
I will go with you as well, also because I just really would like to see a game 3 between these two teams, and I don't count the first game that much. Credit to IG for being able to pull off the core IO, but I like to see this type of Dota a lot more. Let's see if this is going to be as exciting as I hope it will be. It's time for game 2 of this lower bracket series with B-Cup and Black.
Thank you very much. Coming into game 2, Secret, it's do or die for them. And we'll see if they can pull this one away and even it up at 1. Monkey King, it's close. Step or two further and it would have been a problem for him. Everybody from IG was making their way towards this Monkey King, and that could have been a big issue. I'm really excited about not having a core IO in this game. See a little bit of different Dota.
It's a lot more balanced draft-wise for sure, but still this Phantom Lancer. I mean, they have a Monkey King who's really good against Phantom Lancer, and of course Shadow Shaman. There's always a chance that you can lock down a single core long enough for your teammates to kill him. But this PL pick is looking really good. Like if they get into mid-game on even gold, it's going to be very tough to shut him down. He has a Diffusal Manta. Whew, I don't know how you stop him.
Certainly going to be interesting to see if they can stop him. Kaka not even getting that bounty rune as he was trying to stand there and make sure he got something out of it. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of Secret. Going back to the Phantom Lancer, this is probably the hero for me that put Fly on the map in my eyes. When he was known as GGG and he was playing for Keen Gaming, even when he was playing with Serenity, this was always the hero where I was like, all right, I like their chances a lot more just because he's on this hero. This is probably one of his best heroes in my mind.
Certainly, I've got a lot of good memories about that as well. But just in general, this Monkey King is going to have a pretty free lane, and Monkey King is the counter to PL this game. So he's probably going to go into a Maelstrom, maybe even a Battle Fury if he feels really greedy. And he is going to be Secret's answer to that PL. So him having free farm is good news For Secret, obviously, they just want to go and win the lanes. Like bot lane should be pretty easy for Secret, and mid lane also should be pretty damn easy for them. Korea.
Courier.
That's a magic stick
Taken
on
out
it.
by Ali.
It's looking spicy.
Pretty important kill there. Like magic stick
Not
in
a
that
good
lane.
feeling to lose that stick.
Yeah, 200 gold. You're not gonna get stick charges, obviously. Hurts. Oh,
Is
Kaka's
that-
Courier also gone.
Stun out. Puppy not going down as Kaka's Courier drops. Is that stick, like losing that stick, a big lane changing drop there? It's not like the longest time that that's going to be out of his hands, but it's a significant amount of time where he's not getting charges and maybe not having anything to reliably back up on.
I would say it depends on the lane. This lane, not really. Like Phoenix spell has like 40 seconds cooldown.
Oh,
Weaver just dropping
going
here.
down here. JT getting first blood on Matumba Man. They're going to try and trade on the Kaka. Kaka, though, he pops his stick. They get the stun out on a Puppy. He gets the aphotic shield off. This should explode and blow up Kaka, but it doesn't feel like any damage, really.
It's because he
Kaka
fogged
might
it.
drop, but JT gets a double kill.
Yeah, it doesn't go through the fog, the shield. Was very well done by JT to wait a little bit. Then he auto-attacked just as Kaka went into the fog, and then he popped it, resulting in just a double kill for nothing. I didn't expect this Weaver lane to lose, to be honest. Weaver Abaddon is a very strong lane. Giving up 2 kills here is going to feel pretty bad.
And they're constantly fighting in these trees, which I think that's advantage JT at times. If you're going to fight in the trees, you're basically guaranteeing that he lands a spear. And if he's got the help from the Lion, that could be a
mid lane
problem.
TP.
He's actually TPing over towards mid. The Ballast Strike, perfect timing to prevent potentially maybe an Earth Spike and a Hex to follow. So needed that timing. They do refill the bottle. That's why he's there, but they could have got something if the Ballast Strike was not on the money.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, he just went really aggro to get the Jingu stacks, of course, and then Life Leech with his Boundless. Perfect job by Nisha there. And PL is getting pressured quite a bit. Like they picked it into a pretty tough matchup. Like Phantom Lancer against Beastmaster is not the worst, but because the Shadow Shaman is there hitting so hard, it is quite a tough matchup for the Phantom Lancer. And of course, Phoenix +5 is not the greatest lane support either.
And we've seen Ali on that hero a couple of times. It's actually, I like it better when it's on Kaka, all things considered. But he has certainly shown a lot of talent with this Lion, and I just don't think you can give that up at the moment.
I'd agree. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of +5 Phoenix in general. I like it +4 much more. The farm priority just makes it become a beast in the mid game. Spear.
Earth Spike as well as the Spear, but they've got the Aphotic Shield, but Matumba Man able to survive the onslaught that comes in from IG. But you can see the combos that set themselves up. If you're not too careful, you might lose yourself a Weaver once again.
Yeah, the lanes are going fantastically for Radiant here. 20 CS Monkey, 18, 17 on the side lanes. But IG not too far behind. And Secret really needs to come out with a somewhat decent DT out of this early game.
See if they can rely on JT. And I've said this a couple times already today, just how much he's been the anchor in the past for IG. I think a lot of that last game obviously doesn't tell the complete picture of what we've seen from IG during the league, obviously because they were playing with an IO. But during the league, JT was really the guy that was consistent enough to bring IG towards the top. And we'll see if he can do that here with the Mars, because this has been probably his best hero of the season.
Yeah, he was the MVP of the Chinese region as well. He has pretty much just dismantled every game he played. I mean, even last game too, his Wind Ranger was pretty damn good. Had a couple of overextensions, but overall played really damn well. And this game, he's off to a fantastic start as well with an early double kill. And his Mars is just one of his best heroes, I think. Like, he's going to get a good timing on his Blink Dagger, potentially Yules, and set up a lot of kills here for IG.
So we'll see if he can set it up, if he'll be the guy that they can rely on this game, what his build will be. And we've seen a lot of Blinks come out from these Mars, get that Blink Arena Spear, and you know, you've got the follow-up from Kaka there, the combination with the Arena as well as the Supernova. So there's a lot here in terms of a team fight and control for IG. Kaka,
Kaka,
I think he
big
just
stick.
drops if he's not careful.
He's got a big stick. He has nothing to worry about.
Watu thought about going for it, and there's the stick being used, but immediately miscoil thrown his way. The lose Puppey. They've got the Hex onto Matumba Man with the Aether Remnant locking him up even longer. Kaka now chased and killed off by the Weaver. He at least gets something out of this as he's trying to run away.
Yeah, Kaka playing with his food a little bit. And the food bites back. Like a little bit overzealous here by Kaka. Giving a freebie to Matumba Man. It's okay, like sometimes you just need to feed, you know, to remind yourself to stay grounded. And it was a worthwhile lesson, I'm sure. Yeah, I am killable. I'm just a lion. I'm not an Io with a heart. Kaka rotation in.
Going top, and let's see if they can find a stun. Yes, they can. They've got the Earth Spike on the edge, and they should find it on Yapzor. So Fly gets a kill. This is leaving JT alone, but I don't think this is really a lane that by himself he should drop in unless there's a rotation from someone else over for Secret.
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't die, but he's gonna get harassed out of the creep wave quite a bit by this Weaver Abaddon. And yeah, we'll have to see if Puppey, you know, is gonna make Abaddon work, because so far I've only really been impressed with Lanham playing that hero. A lot of people tried to play it in this tournament, it just never really felt as impactful.
Right. Aether Remnant lands. They've got the Earth Spike to follow it up. Icarus Dive coming through with the Hex. They have the control. They'll get the kill on Anisha, take out the Monkey King, and the rotations again this game from IG are on the money. In game 1, they were perfect, and in game 2, they continue to work that way, as it's 5-1 in favor of IG. They may not be CSing as well as Secret, but they're moving around the map and making their lanes pretty hard.
Yeah, and this kill is going to give Void Spirit a chance to catch up on net worth. Monkey King really wants to dominate this lane. Just being 500 gold ahead is really not what you're looking for when you're the Monkey King. Zai.
They've got double damage on Emo, and they're looking for an Aether Remnant. Oh, it's onto the Monkey King.
If Nisha drops again.
Once again, he just got back alive. Boundless Strike is out. He procs the Jingu, but the double damage is not going to be enough here for Emo. They get the kill onto the Void Spirit, and they might even turn this on to Fly. They had the control for a moment, but it didn't last long enough, and now they're trying to turn this around onto the Phantom Lancer. He is in so much trouble. One shot from dead, and Nisha comes away on top. That is a big mistake from IG.
Yeah, and well calculated by Nisha, too. Like, he survived with like 150 health because of the Orb of Corrosion that he just picked up in base. Wonderful pickup. And Puppey.
Abaddon.
Look, oh, he got the courier, too. Double kill.
Got the courier with the God's Rebuke.
Yeah, he's like, get out! Shoving it right in his face. Well done, and JT sitting comfortably at the top of the net worth here. Fly again. If he drops another time,
really
it's gonna be so bad for him.
Ooh,
you can't juke.
It's gonna proc. He can't go anywhere. He's hexed. He's gone.
That is so bad for him. Dying back to back on your win condition. That must feel terrible. Now no TP to go to any lane. Whew, the walk of shame is real.
Oh yeah, and the weight now is heavily pressed on the back of JT. He's having the best game so far for them, and he needs to continue to do so. They've got the stun, they'll have the Aether Remnant, they lock up Puppey, but there's the Primal Roar. The Hex comes out of the Beastmaster with the Aether Shock being used here onto Emo. They've got the Shackle, they'll have the control, they'll get the kill onto the Void Spirit. This is IG just playing their hand a little bit too early, and with the rotations from Secret, they're able to absorb the onslaught from IG and come out ahead.
Yeah, Secret is outplaying them right now. They're just outspeeding them, outmaneuvering them. And IG doesn't really seem to be able to deal with that just yet. Like, they keep diving towers when they shouldn't. And Secret's just too fast right now. Ollie very low.
Oh, Ollie.
Easy boundless
have that
from
hawk,
the trees.
They have the vision, they get the kill.
Yep, and they get the mid tower as well. Shaman Ward's dropped, mid tower gone, top tower gone. Map for your Weaver, and Monkey King wide open. And we actually see him go for Radiance. I spoke about Maelstrom as well as Battle Fury, but Radiance is a pretty damn good answer as well. Getting a little bit of the burning.
Oh no, Fly. He needs to be careful. He cannot die again. I mean, the map is already getting pretty tight for him. This is really just, it's really turned on its head for IG.
Yeah, and they don't really have much tower damage. At least JT is uncontested and gets the bot tower, itemizing into Yules. But Phantom Lancer is getting very pressured. Like, he'll start, or he'll have to start moving towards the bottom side of the map. farm his triangle, farm the bot lane. JT.
A strike, and now proccing the Jingu. This is all to get a bounty rune, and now he's trying to bottle sip and stay alive. Ooh, uses the arena, breaks the trees. So all of a sudden he's got a stun. This is a spear under the tower. Nobody able to rotate though to help out. That could have been a massive play, and Zai, he's getting a kill on the Kaka while all this is happening. I mean, he's in the triangle getting a solo kill. IG just not reacting there, and it cost him.
Yeah, easy with the raw. I've never really understood the interaction between Mars Arena and trees. Like, he dropped the arena, and then 1 second later, the trees get destroyed. It was a pretty wonky interaction, but helps him survive. And
build time.
Another pause. 2K lead now for
ourselves
Secret. Looking good.
Yeah, it's really just kind of opened up for Secret, and the panel was talking about the pacing needed for Secret to really make sure that IG don't find much from this game, and they're doing exactly that. They're playing fast, they're playing loose, and they're getting away with it. I think the big turnaround is, of course, that fight up towards top where they tried to go in onto Nisha again as he had died over mid, TP top, and, well, they didn't kill him, and that's the big turnaround that allows Secret now all this, you know, availability all over the map and continuing to make IG pay for it.
Mm-hmm. And they targeted out very well the Void Spirit here, simply because he's gonna be the guy to make the moves around the map early and mid-game, and he's sitting only at 3.5k net worth. Every other core far ahead of him. At least JT is having a pretty damn good game. Still about 1800 gold away from Yules though.
Really needs that Yules, and we'll see what the timing ends up being on it. As Secret with this 2K lead, feeling comfortable. Got ourselves a little bit longer on this pause. I'm gonna ask a chat, little support, a little fan interaction here. We got a lot of you guys watching. If you want Secret to win, press 1 in the chat. If you want IG to win, press 2 in the chat. Let's see who you guys are rooting on. I want to see.
If you want Beakup to be your best friend,
what you guys are looking forward
in the chat.
I could use a best friend, that's for sure.
You already got one in me. What are you talking about?
You can never have enough best friends.
Dude, are you really going to do that to me right now?
We'll talk about this later.
All right, game resumes just in time for you to get bailed out by them, because I was about to, you know, put in the pain, but you got lucky. Tier 3.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Tier 3, the third Tier 1 tower now in big trouble as well. And gone. Map getting smaller and smaller. What is the this game called where you just keep taking away pieces and it just gets smaller? I don't remember.
They nice?
I don't remember.
Jenga?
I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I was gonna sound really smart, but I forgot what I wanted to say because I forgot the name of the game. GG. I am just an old guy. Forgets everything slowly but surely. Feels bad, man.
It happens. The memory goes first. I know from experience, and well, we'll see if IG can refresh their memory on how to come back in a game, because they're down 2K and really hoping to bring it back. They've got FaZe Boots bottle on Emo, and that's it. I mean, he is behind every core on the side of Secret by not a slim margin, almost about 1,000 gold behind the Beastmaster for the first core to catch up to. He's really far behind.
He is, but the gold advantage is slowly dwindling again. Phantom Lens is doing a nice job at catching up, and JT still staying towards the top as well. And we got debated again. Monkey King going for Battle Fury. Why do they keep doing this to us?
Had that Radiance queued up, going Battle Fury Axe.
Yeah.
Because they're unsure themselves, Black.
No, I think it's intentional to mess with us. You know, I'm like, Battle Fury Maelstrom sounds really good. He's like, nah, I'll show you. Radiance queued up. Then I buy it, I bite the bait, and then he queues Battle Fury up.
He's doing it just to trick you, and they're going to smoke up here on IG. JT has the Yules to try and set something up. They haven't broken the smoke just yet, but they need to catch up to these heroes. They'll need some sort of Astral Step jump to probably initiate here. They'll use the Yules onto the Abaddon, which I think already Secret are okay with. They'll use the Spear to lock him up. The borrow time gets popped. YapzOr coming over with the Hex. And now he's got his Phantom Lancer in a bad spot. They'll go to the Doppelganger. The arena's down with the Supernova. Can they turn this around on the side of IG? They're starting to retreat a little bit. That Supernova hits. They've got the Sunray right on top of the Abaddon. YapzOr ends up dead. They've got the Shadow Shaman gone first. They'll use the Primal Roar to take out JT, and they'll lose Ollie. 2 heroes dead on the side of IG as they land the 2-man Earth Spike on a Matumba Man as well as Zai. And they'll start their retreat even further, but it's not looking like Kaka's going to get away. The Primal Spring is there, the damage comes out, and Matumba Man has a kill onto Kaka. 3 dead on the side of IG, and they'll extend that lead to 3K.
Yeah, like if you want to find an initiation when you're already quite a bit behind, mid lane, good stun.
Ooh, Balance Strike, Wukong's Dissimulate, and the Astral Step. It's enough.
Out of step, bros, but he's going to be fine all by himself. And the problem is really, like, you cannot initiate on Abaddon. This borrow time is always going to go off. There's no way of shutting it down. And that's exactly what Secret wants. Like, he ran in first. He kind of just ruined the initiation. And Secret win a big fight on the back of that. Well played by Puppy. Top tower now, about half health. Should be able to kill it just now.
That's with the combo, too. They had the Supernova, they had the Arena, but even with that both down, IG were the ones retreating from the fight up into the trees, maybe thinking about going after JT. No, they won't. They'll hold off for now.
Yeah, just like in last game, Secret had damage issues. This game, IGs are the ones with damage issues. Phantom Lancer needs his Diffusal Blade first before they can really fight. He's about 2,000 gold away from it. Once that's online, he's going to be a damage machine. Beastmaster, Roar up. Smoked up as well. Oh, but he popped the Necros in Vision.
This is pretty well done by Flyfly, all things considered, with how much the map's been squeezed on him, what he's been able to get out of the map so far. He's keeping up with the Monkey King as well as the Weaver. JT's also there, too. They've got the Yules up into the air. They'll land the Spear onto the Shadow Shaman. This is a lot of trouble for YapzOr and more than he can handle. They'll get the kill onto the Shadow Shaman. Matumba Man comes over, may be able to get a kill onto the Phoenix. Icarus dive, almost jukes him out, but the Balance Strike is there, and they'll get the kill onto Ollie.
That was a half debate. And they seem to be lagging still. Kaka getting burnt down by the Necros. I like how they're chatting while playing. That's how good they all are.
I think everybody's kind of getting a little bit of lag here.
Yeah, we've had a couple of
really
thunderstorms
with
here
that usage
in
of Astral Steps.
Singapore. It's
yeah.
Whenever that happens, the internet can get a bit iffy here. Usually Singapore, you know, one of the best countries for internet, probably in the top 5 in the world. Really fast, but these thunderstorms can really, you know, spit in your soup. Haha, he says. That's not a good feeling, but they'll probably just wait it out for a little while. So we can talk a bit more about some funny things. Tell me something funny that happened to you today, Pico.
Well, I dropped my pillow on the ground. Ended up getting a concussion.
You got a concussion or your pillow?
Cushion.
Oh.
No, the pillow did. See, I don't know. I'm not a dad. I can't do these dad jokes. They don't work for me.
What does a lemon say when it answers the phone, B-Cup?
I know the answer to this one, so I don't want to give it away.
You do?
What does a lemon say? Yeah, I do.
Yellow.
I spent my break. Yeah, I spent my break looking up dad jokes. I wasn't gonna let you to continue dad joking on me, but they're just not as funny when I say them. I think I don't have any kids anywhere.
I can be your kid. I'm a pretty big kid, but I'm a good boy, I promise. Like, I'll make you proud as you've never been before. I'll cook you some nice meals. I'll take care of you when you're older. I'll buy you your own house in Singapore. How about that?
Ooh. I'll get the papers.
All right, they say, screw B-Cup and Black with their dumb jokes. Let's go. Game has been resumed. 3K lead for Secret. Let's see if they still know where they are in this game. Beetle, Shaman wards on Roshan. 2 of the wards are outside of the pit, though. Hopefully that won't be a problem, but not the best placement.
That won't be an issue
gives it
here.
up.
They're able to take Roche pretty quickly.
Yeah. Easy Roche. Monkey King picks it up.
Yeah,
He's the true
easy,
carry
just-
this game. Matumba is going to be taking the role of more the semi-ish carry, the not so greedy one. Though, as I say that, he's still top 1 in the net worth, so maybe not.
Still kind of greedy.
Still, I mean, not really greedy. He's just playing really well. Getting a lot of kill, a lot of farm.
That's true.
And Zai pressuring top
Diffusal.
tower, the Necro 3. Diffusal still not
He's
online.
almost finished for the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, 300 gold left.
About to have it, but I don't know if they're going to want to fight into the Aegis, right?
It's getting pretty scary. Like, Monkey King has Battle Fury, so PL is not untouchable. If he runs into that Wukong's command, his Illus and his main hero are gonna take a ton of damage. So they have to be very cautious how they fight this here. Maelstrom also up on Weaver, of course, supplying them with additional AoE damage.
So we'll have the Diffusal getting shipped out. See if that's on same-day shipping.
Amazon Express.
He will grab it. He's got Ollie over. A little 2-hour express, but the courier might die on the way back, and that will give them a hint of where Secret are as they're starting to wrap around, and I think he got a glimpse of that, and they'll send it into the trees all the way back to base. So he does get a feeling for where Secret are. If he can get away from them, that'll be fine. Still playing, I would say, a little bit greedy here. If he knew that they were there, they might come over and just catch him out.
TPing out, and both are making it out. Good call here. Good disengage. But Secret keeping on to their 4K gold lead. And you know, this Phantom Ranger looked really scary, but this Monkey last pick really made me believe in Secret's draft here. He almost has his Agram Scepter. Well, I say almost. One piece of it. But once that's online, PL is gonna be quite scared of this Monkey.
Secret, they've got the vision that they need. Wukong starting this off. Balance Strike going after the Void Sphere. They should be able to get the kill here on Emo, and they'll start it off now with an Arena coming out from JT. Jinku's already procced. The Wukong's is down, and IG used that Arena just to leave. And, well, this is a tier 2 that's most likely going to fall. Yapzor looking for his opportunity with that Aether Lens to maybe find a Hex into a Shackle from a distance.
Yeah, and that is exactly what they need to do. Set up some kills with the Boundless into Roar. Shadow Shaman is still there to offer additional disable as well. Another Boundless, but nothing will come of it. Shaman Ward's dropped for the tower.
Serpent Ward's a little bit further back.
Yep. Well protected. Oh, I guess it's still lagging.
I think they're laughing because they know that they're lagging. It's a little bit tough for them to play at the moment. I'm not certain on that, but if a ha-ha's getting all chatted, that's just my assumption.
Yeah. It's it sucks, but sometimes you just gotta deal with the circumstances. That's life. Gotta keep positive. Gotta keep doing what you're doing. And now Secret with a 5K gold lead, and they opened up the map a lot. Only 1 to 2 power remaining.
Yeah.
It'll be quite tough here for IG to find any sort of good fight or farm, really.
They're trying to just take the right fight, and that's maybe going to come off the timing of this Aegis expiring. There's still 80 seconds remaining on it, so we'll see what they can do. They'll pressure the tier 1 tower mid. This is money in the bank for IG if they can grab it. Matumba Man coming over for a second with a Shikuchi. Doppelganger used by Fly just setting up in case Secret move in. They've got a sentry down, and look at the damage on a Fly. They've got the Yules up in the air. Is this Weaver? They've got the Aether Remnant, but the Balance Strike comes through and hits onto the Mars as well as the Void Spear. They'll use the finger. Can they get the kill on Matumba Man? Yes, they can. They've taken out the Weaver, but they look over now at Emo, who gets away with the Astral Step. Shackle was out onto Ollie. Ollie trying to get away, but he's got the Supernova available, and he'll use it. So the turnaround comes out from IG. They're going to look over at the Abaddon, who's got the Aphotic Shield on him. Puppy will try to TP out, but the Air Spike lands onto the Beastmaster. Astral Step, that hits onto the Monkey King as well as the Beastmaster. They should be able to get kill on a Zai, and they will finish off Zai. They look over now at Nisha, who's locked up and killed off. That's only the first life, though, as they'll focus their attention onto Yapzor, who doesn't have any mana to really save him. So they've got the Aether Remnant. They have the lockdown. They'll get the second kill. 4 heroes down to the side of Secret. And that is IG coming out on top. And they'll cut that lead from 5K to 2.
Yeah, it feels like as though they should not have won this fight. Like, all the heroes on IG were virtually on 20% health. They just didn't manage to finish anyone off. And then PL with the Diffuser Blade coming in clutch, cutting the backline down to nothing. Like, he dealt so much damage that fight, and Secret just didn't have the answer to deal with him after he ran out of the Wukong's command and just kind of ignored the Monkey King. Weaver dying this early on is a big problem for them. Now the lead is down to pretty much even.
Yeah.
All right, Phantom Lancer suddenly 2,000 gold ahead of the Monkey King. Wow.
Yeah, he really got a lot coming his way in terms of gold. And it was JT there with the arena that worked out real well. They had the control as the Aether Remnant landed onto the Weaver, the finger to finish him off. Like, that was really well done by IG, and then fighting as they've got the Supernova available, which ended up going IG's way, of course, as they've just got that continued control from Kaka. He's making their lives on Secret a living hell.
Yeah, this is really bad news here for Secret. Fly on a good way to hard. Puppy, just playing with them. Doppelganging out.
That's
Once
the item
this hard is online on Phantom Lancer, I don't know how they kill him. He's gonna be sitting at a good 100 HP per second region, and they don't have the constant damage to really bring him down unless he's isolated by himself. Looking to set up on the Monkey King potentially. If he jumps onto this creep wave, he's dead. Like, you gotta be patient, Nisha. Be patient, young one, and he is. Good call by him.
He's not gonna jump just yet.
Maybe he wants to cut the next wave. Oh, he has to be so careful he doesn't get seen here.
He's thinking
Playing with
about
fire?
it. He's keeping up with the Void Spirit. Yeah. Could get burned if you're not too careful.
But he's doing a really good job of just keeping himself safe. And this is the problem when you go for this greedy item build on Monkey with Battle Fury as well as Aghanim Scepter. When you have another carry on your team like the Weaver, simply because you won't have the BKB, you won't be able to frontline for your team. It's gonna be an issue.
Man's moving forward. They want to go after this Phantom Lancer. The Earth Spike comes in, but that's only going to hit under Necro Creep, as well as a Boar. Fly goes into the Doppelganger. He starts throwing with the BKB being popped here by Matumba Man. This is an early BKB, which might work in IG's favor if they want to turn this one around. They don't have a Blink Dagger for the Mars, so he can't close the gap and jump in, maybe get an arena. Just Yules and, you know, not working with that mobility of the Blink.
Yeah, he went straight into the BKB, just choosing to be more survivable in team fights. Perhaps thinking they don't really need the initiation because they got Emo to do that for them. So it's just itemizing into damage as well as survivability. I quite like that call because if you over-itemize into initiation and you can't stay in the fight, then what's the point of initiating to begin with? Phantom Lancer?
Right.
Now 1,000 gold away from hard. And this is really the power spike they were looking for here. Like, that's the territory where Phantom Lancer becomes unstoppable. We have seen so many games in the DPC where this timing hits and the game suddenly just feels completely over.
This is the timing that the panel talked about, heart timing, and it's coming up soon. This could prove to be a big issue for Secret. And I want to say, Emo, he's kind of caught up to at least the Beastmaster. He was behind all 3 cores. JT's kind of kept up. He's still 2K behind the next one, though. Although I will say JT's kind of just doing his job here. And we'll see what his next item ends up being as he's looking for the Desolator. So trying to output some more damage. Won't go to the Blink Dagger. We'll see how much that benefits him.
I think I like the call quite a bit, because again, Void Spirit is one of the best initiators in the game. They have Lion as well, who's only 500 away from a blink. So the itemization makes a lot of sense. Just output the damage, give your initiators information by being able to run in with that BKB. Perfect item build for this game. Hard.
Duels up in the air into the Aether Remnant. They'll look over at Matumba Man. Not enough lockdown, nobody there to help.
I just wanted to scare him, potentially pop a BKB, but he didn't fall for it. And this is just before the hard finishes where they're going to this Roshan pit. He got it now. He's making his way over. Might be a bit too slow, though.
Got 4 heroes over towards mid.
But they're going to smoke
It's not exactly the fastest Roche. They don't have the Serpent Wards down on it.
It's going to fall. They didn't smoke up in time. They don't even know, I think.
Yeah, they're not even going for it, actually.
Oh, now they do.
Oh, Illusion's just not in time. They're not going to be able to figure it out. Maybe they fight coming out of the Roche pit. That would be a risky maneuver as they've just got the heart. Fighting into the Aegis is not ill-advised completely, but a risk certainly.
It would have been, I think, a very rough team fight for Secret if IG was to fight over there. He has no BKB on Monkey King, and Phantom Lancer, of course, his finish is hard, but Secret gets away with it, putting them into a pretty comfortable position here.
Secret can really take advantage of having this Aegis. They did a good job of sneaking that out of the hands of IG. Really well done to get into the pit. Not seeing it all. And ooh, thinking about going into the Wukong's command. He feints it twice. Balance strike. That's only going to land on the JT. They'll focus their attention onto the Mars, who throws down the arena. They'll look over as the Supernova goes over to the side. The finger's going to be thrown out onto the Monkey King. Isha trying to fight this JT with a BKB. Supernova never gets off. They get the kill on Ali. They'll take out JT. 2 heroes dead on the side of IG. On the backlines, though, it's the Phantom Lancer who's trying to get the Shadow Shaman. He'll get low. Fly gets the kill on the Yapzor, and now he'll look over at the rest of the team. But can he do enough? Emo's here to help him. The Aether Remnant only locks up a 4 as they'll get the kill onto Nisha. They'll take the first life out of the hands of the Monkey King. They've got the Silence on a 3, but the axe picked up by Emo. They'll use that time lapse. Matuma Man, I'm not sure if he's confident enough to fight. They hit the balance strike onto Emo, but continuing to fight, though, is Fly will use that doppelganger. The Illusion's going after the side of Secret. They've got the Aether Remnant to lock up side. They'll eat the cheese, still surviving. Wukong's used, and out of the circle they'll go. But are they going to continue to chase on the side of Secret? They've got the Yules on a Matuma Man, and again, the Doppelganger looking at into the faces of Secret. They've got the right-click damage coming through on Nisha. He's survived so many times, but he won't survive this time, it looks like, but he's still fighting Fly. They've got 3 heroes going after the Phantom Lancer, who Doppelganger once again. It's all 4 with the focus on a Phantom Lancer. They've given up going after Emo, but Kaka comes back into the fight. They land the Earth Spike on it too, and they've got Emo back into the fray. Aether Remnant lands, they get the kill on Nisha. They look over at Fly, who's still low on health, but Matuma Man, he's been hexed up by Kaka. They'll get the kill on the Weaver, and they look over at Beastmaster as well as Puppy, who's got the borrowed time popped and trying to TP out. But they get the kill on the Zion. They look over at Puppy, who is being taken out of the TP, stunned up again, killed off and gone. And IG, somehow, some way, they come out ahead.
This Phantom Lancer is just ridiculous. I don't know how much health he had throughout this entire fight, but it feels like a good 10,000, maybe even more. He just kept standing there, tanking, until all the IG heroes respawned ultimately and got back into the fight. This is exactly what we spoke about when we say hard timing on Phantom Lancer. Perfect example, once again, why they're so strong, and now they're knocking on the high ground. 20 seconds, no buybacks.
Stand and trade with all the heroes of Secret, and they can't get the kill onto the Phantom Lancer. The hard timing is real, and they will go on to go for the racks. 3K lead for IG, and things falling apart at the seams for Secret in a fight that looked to go their way. They got 2 kills early. They took out JT real quick in that one, and it just wasn't enough.
I can't believe IG is about to 2-0 Secret, my tournament favorite. I thought Secret was going to take top 1. And IG might just be blowing them out of the tournament here.
Oh, Psychic Headband, that's going to be big there for Kaka. Having that extra cast range is just going to make Secret's lives a living hell. I mean, you saw in that last fight, once Kaka walked his way back into the fight, he had the Earth Spikes, he had the Hexes that were there necessary for IG to win the fight.
But also the Mind Blast is really good against the Monkey King. Usually you stand on the edge of your ult. If you get Mind Blasted right away, you're gone.
They're going to go after the Monkey King. Sunray run on top. They've got the Dissimulate as well as the Finger in the Earth Spike. That lands on Anisha. They'll take him out. The borrow time is going to be popped by Puppy. They're going to Icarus dive in. I don't think they need to use that Supernova just yet. They've got the Yules up into the air. Puppy trying to run, but he is locked down, killed off, and gone. They've got the Serpent Wards around onto JT. The Supernova is going to be on the high ground. JT will survive with BKB being popped. They'll go after Zai. He's trying to speed away, but he's bashed up, and now he's got nowhere else to run, nowhere else to hide. They're going to get the kill on the Zai. There's nowhere else for him to go, and he's going to die again. Matuma Man, he's popped the BKB, and Nemo's trying to chase this Weaver. But he just can't keep up as he's out of steps.
Nisha must be regretting it so much now, not going into that BKB, but going for the greedier route into the Aghanim Scepter. Every fight, he's just getting absolutely obliterated by this Phantom Lancer, as well as Lion combination. And now they're going for the next side of Rex. What do they have to stop them? Beastmaster has a buyback.
Not looking like much.
Crimson Guard, maybe to delay the push. But is it going to be enough at this point? Weaver, no BKB, 30 seconds cooldown. No Shaman wards.
tier 3 is going to drop here, and IG looking to make a statement. They're going to jump in with the Astro Step. They've got the silence out of the Abaddon as well as the Shadow Shot. They get the kill on the App, so he's going to be forced to buy back immediately with the borrowed time being popped by Puppey. Oh boy, Matuma Man, he's gone. No buyback, 53 seconds without this Weaver, and it's looking like the hopes are starting to go away. They've got the Yules up into the air onto the Monkey King who threw down the Wukong's command. They've also got the Aether Remnant, so even though he's got the circle out, he's being controlled and he is in some trouble. Aether Shock thrown from Yapsor, but it's not going to be enough to really deter the side of IG. They've got the silence coming in from Emo once again. They look over Yapsor, just bought back. He's going to be chased by Firefly. Balance Strike comes in, and that's going to hit into the Void Spirit. They should be able to get the kill of the Shadow Shaman, and they do. Emo goes into the Dissimulate, trying to dive there, and they will call GG. IG will 2-0 upset Secret, and they will move on to tomorrow with a absolutely stellar performance as they take this series easily.
I can't believe
Hi,
that.
this is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
They were the top ones out of China, and they live on to see the final day of the event. What they can do from there, we'll have to see. But that was amazing from IG, a 2-0 over the favorites of the tournament for many people watching, many people involved, and they outperformed Secret and utterly demolished them. I got to hear what the panel has to say, how they'll break this down. Let's throw it back over to you guys.
Thank you very much. Yes, this was a great performance from IG. It didn't start out great, but it ended great. It kind of, I feel like we did pretty well. You know, this
I mean,
this panel. Overall, though, I got to start Gods in the laning stage with this one because it did look like Team Secret had an edge there.
Yeah, it kind of started off going according to plan, how things were meant to go for Secret. I think the Monkey pick was good for the lane as well as the game overall until things started to unravel. But the lanes were solid. Secret did what they were meant to, and they played pretty fast tempo.
Then the point of no return. Phantom Lancer gets heart. And they also lost that one fight.
Yeah, with Aegis and
Aegis.
everything. That one fight is really where the game flipped over.
And I mean, that's the fight that he got the heart off of, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He was Phantom Lancer. I don't even like. He was getting more than I was expecting, but that was the Diffusal Blade pickup and the Diffusal Blade debut, I guess. And so him entering that fight, Shadow Shaman was useless after that. He had no way to get out. Yeah. They had no way of killing the Phantom Lancer, and I was encouraged given the picks, but I also it's sad to see Secret go out like this. I also was hoping for a 3-game series.
And this is, I think, where IG's experience playing in the China DPC really helped because they played against a ton of Shadow Shaman. They played against this Weaver a lot there.
And they played a ton of Phantom Lancer too.
Yes, exactly. They knew that this is the right PL game and that it's going to be the answer to what has looked like a very hard to beat. This 4-position Shadow Shaman has been fantastic. It's been first ban worthy in so many games, but IG had a great answer with that PL pick.
When you have the strongest hero in the game, in this game, and these 10 heroes, all you have to do is bide your time. Doesn't matter how bad the lanes go, you have a shot, and you could see IG, they might have not done as hot on the lanes as they were maybe hoping to.
Wait, that can't be right. They didn't take a single tower on Secret?
That's not right. Though,
okay.
Right? Because we know that they.
Yeah, the game was kind of acting up a little bit.
Yes, they were definitely. Something was turning into a pumpkin somewhere with the games going as late as they were. But this was the first 2-0 we've had today, and a clean victory for IG. I don't think that anybody can make a case that they shouldn't have this spot where they are right now, Gods.
Oh, absolutely, and I think it's great to see them back there. It's been a long break, and IG, they crushed the Chinese DPC overall, going undefeated, and the way they play Dota has just been very impressive overall. I agree, totally deserving to be here, and they showed that they can adapt to the tournament meta. They ran a carry IO even though it wasn't their comfort zone. They're adapting to the meta, but also at times setting the meta themselves.
Yeah, because one of the complaints we might have had about IG was that they play the same style, and we had some criticism for some of the players not living up to their expectations in the squad, but this series that we just watched, Tsunami, all those doubts are gone.
Yeah, any power ranking that I had previously on how LGD versus IG would fare, which as it is China versus China is already difficult to predict, but then maybe I could have extrapolated off of how the tournament has gone. IG has shown an incredible upwards trajectory, similar to LGD. It's just IG had to compress it all into the pure playoffs as opposed to all the way from wildcards from LGD. So it would have been nice to have 3 different regions represented in top 3.
Sure, but I think that this is, I think this is also good, right? We haven't had 2 Chinese teams in the top 3 for how long?
Yeah, that's actually
how long?
That's a good point.
TI7.
Yeah, it was LFY versus LGD.
LFY and
Yes.
Newbie, that's right.
Newbie got second, LFY got third. Maybe one since then. That's just the last one I remember.
Yeah, maybe some majors
I mean,
in
it's a
between.
long time ago.
It's been a
and
while.
I think this is a very much a reminder that, you know, I think China as a region definitely has the most depth. Like you go down their lower division of teams, like there are so many players, there's so much skill there. Just the very top upper echelon of Chinese Dota has not been as dominant as it was historically in the past when they were winning TIs. But even the TIs they weren't winning, there was always typically 2, even 3 Chinese teams in the top 8, top 12. You know, they're a region that's very consistent, but finally with a shot to be back on top.
Well, we are lucky to have IG winning here, because that means we get the chance to talk to Ollie. He is with us as one of the champions here, or at least champions for this series. Congratulations, Ollie.
Yeah, thank you.
Ollie, I have a question. You've been in IG for like 2.5 years, and when you started last year, the DPC League in the Chengdu Major, following then the Leipzig Major, your team was doing really well. With looking good for making it to TI. Obviously, everything fell flat after that. But what does it mean to you to now be back on top for this season?
Yep, I feel very great that we can come back to this stage. And because due to the last year, actually we didn't do very well after the COVID. We just like losing all the tournaments. But now we are back. I'm very happy.
I got to ask a bit about some of the drafts and the changes you made. Started today, Ollie. The series against Thunder Predator, IO was picked, played as support. You lost that game and then ignored it the other 2 games. Clearly, you had something, you know, in store to surprise Secret with that pick, that carry IO pick. What was the discussion in your team that kind of led to, you know, basically playing what has been one of the top meta picks, the carry IO here against Secret?
The carry IO, actually we didn't expect it's a carry IO, but after the third pick, we think the IO is gonna be a very good game if we play as the carry. So, and we didn't show that we know how to play carry IO, so I think it's surprise Secret.
Oh, so even in the beginning of the draft, you weren't expecting to give it to Emo. That was more like by the time you got to the last pick, you're like, Emo, do you know how to play this?
Yeah, of course you know.
Were you ever worried in this last game that you just played? Phantom Lancer, of course, considered the strongest one of the 10 that were in the game. Were you ever worried after the laning stage that didn't go too well?
Not really, because the Phantom Lancer has a very good late game. So we just need to be like keep calm and just keep farming and let the Phantom Lancer get his items. Our late game is very strong.
How confident are you tomorrow against PSG LGD?
All right, I guess I will try my best.
Hey, we know you can do it. We want to have a little bit more confidence than that.
We spoke to JT before, and he said you guys were most afraid of Secret, and then you 2-0'd them.
Yeah, you just 2-0
only 2-0
Secret.
of the day.
Oh, but LGD 2-0 Secret too. So
2-1.
It was 2-1. 2-1.
Still,
So you're better
they
than
did
LGD.
worse than you. So, you know, that's how Dota works, right? They struggled more, so you're the better team.
LGD is the best.
Showing respect.
Oh, okay.
You won the Chinese DPC, Ollie. Surely that counts for something.
All right, Ollie, we're going to let you go celebrate with your team and prepare, of course, for tomorrow. Congratulations once again on the top 3. I can't wait to see what you can do tomorrow.
Yep.